Hello there, I'm Cyberchroma, and welcome back to another stream where I'm late. I recognize I am starting a lot later, and even my timer, my like 2-minute timer, I was late to that, but this is all good. I'm here now. Also, hello, Hildoon. Hi, welcome. Thought I'd buy, yeah, drinking, staying hydrated and all that. Yeah, so we're just getting started here. Welcome, back at my game, the Handyman with a Unicycle, where, yeah, we're continuing to make more progress with it. And the name of the stream and what's over in that corner is stuff of what I'm hoping to do today. Now that the last time we were working on this, we made a lot of progress, more progress than I thought we were gonna, so like, that's good, being ahead of, yeah, just having significantly less things. Between here and having a functional, what am I even trying to say? What we were trying to work on with, like, having the player, or new player being all hooked up with all the old gameplay mechanics that all broke and disastrously broken, slowly getting everything all hooked up again. We're getting to the point, the back of the game, just having our new player and all the old stuff working in tandem. And once that's sort of done, then we'll be starting work on our first real level that we've already done a heap of planning, but we're starting to actually build it, combine all the movement stuff, all the actual mechanics of game, like all our moving platforms and speed boosts and the repairing the rides and all that sort of stuff, and it will be awesome when we get there. So what I'm hoping to work on today is things with our giant airship hub world thing. I gotta give an actual name at some point, maybe, but not super important right now. Right now, if we select a level, airship moves away, and then it snap loads into the next level, and then, hey look, there it is down there. I think the visuals of it, well, one, everything's all very placeholder-y and like whatnot, but like the visuals of it will it'll be more obvious what's happening when just the like levels that we're loading into are a lot bigger, not just one plane that has some, you know, testing objects on it. If I load into this is test level A, the one that we are usually messing around with. Yeah, there it is. Wow. Actually, I'm curious of something. Would it be that hard to, real quick, take our player testing scene? Where is it? This one's a lot bigger. It's got all this. Even just this giant plane that's actually a checkerboard rather than purely nothing. If I try to have the hub world load into this, just have this be one of the levels that it can load into, just to experiment, I guess. Like, that could be a thing. Although, saying that, would that be hard to set up? If I did it not from, like, messing around with this scene, if I actually just went and copied, like, all of this environment stuff, and then, let's say, went to Skype Hub testing, test level C. This is at one point when we were just testing, going between levels, I just took test level A and duplicated it, and test level B. Test level C. Test level B was just testing, like, it's all dark, so like, oh, testing a nighttime thing, or whatever. What's in these scenes is not really important at all, but if I just pasted, the environment stuff, like, wow, even though it's all merged, you know what, it can just move this down and whatever. Hello, scrambled, hey, yeah, the Rubik's Cube thing be working, haha. And this guy, NZ, hello, yo, how are you? Doing good, we're just getting started here. I'm doing, like, introductory rambles of what it is we're actually hoping to do today, which is, actually, I'm gonna move that actually slightly above there, and, hold on, just setting up some things real quick, yeah. We're hoping to work on how our hub world thing here, how it transitions between levels. And just to, like, be able to show it a little bit better, I just quickly am messing with one of my scenes. Actually, wait, no, everything else is going to already be set up. So if I go to this one, yeah. And then you see that go away, and then in a second, wow, look, all that level down there. I also ought to move the actual hub world closer. You know what, that's exactly what we're going to do. Hold on. Right now what I'm setting up is more slight visual stuff rather than the actual programming of making what goes on a lot more optimized and whatever, but, you know, it's a process. And ideally I want it to be, like, not too close. You should never, ever, ever in a million years be able to launch off of something at such high speeds that you go from from a part of the level into the hub world. It's meant to be like way off in the distance and you can see it and whatnot. But the closer it is to the level and the more you can see level elements kind of up close. If I, the lighting stuff is, this scene is going to be a bit like funky what's going on. But okay, no, that is just because there's two directional lights that are competing with each other. Hold on. If I just go here and just turn that off entirely. Why is that so dark now? There should be the same brightness as this? Why are you so dark? I'm not sure. But when I go into play mode, it looks totally fine. Okay, whatever, it's fine. Not wanting to test. Oh, hey! Someone's coming to say hello. Hey, you're early. We're just getting started here. 1 second. Good angle tool. Pick up. You know, you're not camera shy. It's my cat. Yep. She's great. That's the consequences of coming by while I be streaming. Okay, so, we go back to our Sky Hub world properly. We have, what am I trying to explain? I feel like I had a plan of how I was going to explain this and it's all falling apart. Let me sort of try again. We have levels in our game. Wow, crazy, insane. And going between those levels, different games do different things. You can have just a normal level select or whatever. I'm, for my game, trying to do something way more insane. When you're in a level, doing everything that is what the level is, way off in the distance, waha, there's a hub world over there. This giant airship thing that's meant to fly around between different levels. Story stuff is that, like, this is a traveling carnival, and it's this, giant aerial vehicle that is how they get to place for just all the levels, like for the the different areas that they're opening up the circus every day or whatever. So graphically, when it eventually looks a lot better, hopefully, I want it to not just be like one giant ship. I think it'd be cool if it was like a collection of different ships that are all kind of sort of connected, that are all flying together. I think that would look cool, and then like gameplay wise be cool to, in this hub world, be going between sort of different areas. I think could just look cool. And sounds cool. Yeah. And like, this is a thing we've sort of had functional for a while. Actually, until when we rebuilt our player and everything was all broken, the hub world stuff was broken. Only as of last stream, we kind of got it more functional, because the new player didn't work with like moving platforms at all. So when we moved the hub world, the player just was left behind, and like, that wasn't good. So only as of last stream we were working on this, like the player actually moving with the hub world. It's not perfect, obviously there's a lot flawed with it, but it's a work in progress, right? And we're hoping to do more of that work today, or that's my plan anyway. So so when you're in a level, you use hub level, you can go back to the hub world. Right there I just went from it like from menu stuff through without like backing out of the level essentially. If you do the normal stuff that beats the level, and I press my cheat auto win button, and I step on this like end level platform, that will also, everything that visually looks bad and bland, assume will one day not be that way. That's the plan anyway. This is our level like win screen. Press continue, and huzzah! I get shot all the way back to the hub world, and bam. And then from here, then you have different like level entrances. Is sort of the idea. You sort of like I'd like these to eventually look like either like maybe like torn up pieces of map sort of thing that like you have in this like a screenshot of a level, and a thing on top that's the name of the level. Right now they're all generic. It's like test level A, test level B, whatever. But imagine like Sonic games or Crash games of names of levels being something interesting that's not just level 1, right? Yeah, so like Sonic game, you have like crazy gadget. Don't mind me blanking on every name of every Sonic level ever. Pumpkin Hill, Radical Highway, like whatever. A lot of Sonic games happen to have the pattern of like a lot of levels just being two-word things. Not sticking to that. I just more mean having level names that aren't just 1-1, whatever. Anyways, you go up to a level, it does this visual thing that looks cool, where it's like you have the title, you have flipping between normal mode of it and then hard mode, where the graphics like it flips around, it looks cool. This being representation of whether you've beaten the level or whether you've like how many strikes left did you have when you beat the level, which I want to communicate in a better way. of like what I actually call it, but for now it's just 3 strikes, you're out. Like, how many strikes did you have left? Yeah. In a screenshot of the a screenshot of the level that right now looks terrible because it's just a temporary, like, you can't even see it, but when we have actual levels, screenshot of a level, sure, you press confirm, and now the ship is in motion. It flies away, that level gets deloaded, and then it flies up to, like, new level. That in this particular thing, I happen to have it set up that test level A is on this side, and it's like over there in the distance, and I have test level B happens to be like over there. I can set sort of where the hub world is relative to the actual level. I can move it around just based on an empty game object, so I can have it be a lot closer on whatever side that I want. And you know, that's pretty cool. And then just now at the very beginning of the stream, I went like test level C, you know, it's in motion, like there goes that level, and oh, we fell. Oh, I was interesting. So I have my counter being like, how many times the players fallen off when they weren't supposed to? So like, obviously that wasn't supposed to happen. Us falling off to that degree means that we're currently in hub world mode. The game doesn't think that we're actively in a level right now. So like, that's a thing that needs to not happen. But we'll get there. Yeah, I did some math that if I do 100 or 1,000 level tower in my game, my tower will need to be 500,500 meters tall. Oh boy, that, yikes. Fun. That's good. Sounds like a lot, but also what I'm trying to do is gonna be a lot. So, you know, makes sense. Fair enough. Gotta still figure out map generation. Oh boy, yeah. Best of luck with that. It is no easy task. We're just like how complicated you want it to be, but yeah. Best of luck with that. So, so for my case, like, you can see, like, when I'm going between levels, there's obviously a lot of quirks to it, like what just happened where I got randomly flung off. I'm having less, but, you know, still happening. There's a very, very obvious, noticeable jitter that happens when it, like, actually does the switch from one level to another. And I thought, as of last stream, that was more of I mean, to some degree, it might be partially a loading thing of loading from one level to the other, there, you know, while having physicsy player stuff going on, that's going to potentially cause some hitching. But with the levels as small as they are and as simple as they are at the moment, just being like test levels that don't have everything going on, I discovered last stream that the issue of that, like, very noticeable hitch isn't as much because of the level load as I thought it was, and I can better show what's actually happening by showing what's happening in the scene view. Well, I'll throw the game view down here. They're just gonna do that. Yeah. You don't need to really see the game view, but like, okay, test level is here. Wait, hold on, I need to remind myself what this is. Oh, I meant to undo, okay, just ignore that. I kind of meant to get rid of it. What is, and this yellow one is, yeah, okay. This yellow, this yellow thing is where the hub world goes relative to the level. So if I move this around, then where the hub world is relative to the level, that decides that. Ignore this blue one for a second. This red one is the hub world exit point. The hub world moves till it gets about here. That's it, like, the visuals of it flying away. It gets there. And when it gets there, I think it waits like a frame or so, and then that it deloads, you know, the level that we left. And now it's gone. All that information is gone. So now we're just in the hub world, and yeah. And then before I had this happen all in one frame. For right now, it's extended a little bit. So then the hub world will be hypothetically, you know, still flying over the course of a couple frames. And then now it just, I believe, hold on. Yeah. It, after like a second or so, or however many frames it is, the level that we're wanting to load into now exists. And there it is. And at the same time, first frame of us loading into that level, the hub world teleports from here to the entry point of, you know, where it's supposed to sort of enter this level from, which is a thing that I can decide on a level by level basis. And then from there, then it flies over to the yellow that is the, like, where it's supposed to stick around and stop while we're in a level. I don't know if any of that's making sense, but basically, well, yeah, it leaves, go into new level, it goes here and goes back in. But again, like, these points, I can put them anywhere I want. Sort of. I believe right now I have it in just a straight line because I think eventually I'd like this to be more of a cool, like, curved path sort of thing that it might follow. For right now, just it going in a straight line from point A to point B is just simpler. But yeah, but by being able to sort of define, like, you know, certain entry or exit points, I can have it come from, you know, here, over, or like whatever, right? I can have it enter and exit from different hypothetical spots and have it look cool. Now, if I actually go back to test level A real quick, yeah, you can see that sort of what happens when it teleports is, well, this one frame jump from when it's here, like there, it's fine, and then once it jumps over to, yeah, it jumps over to there. In a second, I think the camera flips out. Yeah, the camera freaks out, and the camera freaks out and it doesn't teleport along with it. That's like thing A that needs to change. Thing B is, I believe, the player itself moves over a little bit. That's kind of a frame of it not, you know, following as correctly as it should, because it's a rigid body inside of a rigid body of the player that's inside of the rigid body that is the hub world itself, and that doesn't play super nice, especially when you do like one frame big teleports. So that has like little issues that we're hoping to clean up, and it's entirely, you know, problems I put upon myself, wanting to have the player be able to have free movement as they're going around the hub world, as opposed to going to a loading screen or locking down the player to some amount. I want to really try to see if I can have, like, you're just moving around the hub world, you can still like move around pretty freely, even fall off the hub world and respawn, hopefully, and have that all work until new level loads, you get there, and then you can go into it, hypothetically. I might do some minor things that I might turn off, like, if I say I have, like, you know, these different airship kind of things that you fly between, I could, like, sever them, and that could just be like, oh, hey, you know, a sort of a bridge that goes between one and the other, I could just retract the bridge. That kind of stuff, maybe, if I deem that that's a thing that needs to happen. Obviously, the cannon over here of how you go into the new level you just arrived at, that will be sort of turned off. Like, that makes sense. You can't interact with, can you? I'm pretty sure you can't interact with new level entrances, like, while the hub world is in motion. So there's stuff like that that gets sort of locked out. And yeah, oh, I'm missing messages. Doing open as cat with a code for the level frame generation currently. 1,000 levels would be about 640,000 vertices. I'll start probably with like 10 levels. Whoa. Yeah, 1,000 levels. That sounds like a lot for sure. I don't know how many levels my game's gonna have, but we'll see. For now, I'm just kind of mostly focusing on like a 3-level demo I want to make, and then like I have ideas conceptually for levels beyond that, but I don't have an exact like amount decided on, other than I want it to be in a world kind of fashion, you know, a sort of World 1, World 2, World 3 sort of thing. Even like visually what the hub world's gonna look like in a more final state. I have vague ideas, but it is kind of a we'll figure it out as we get there. Mainly on like the graphical side of things. I imagine as we make stuff for like inside of levels, we might reuse some assets and have them be here. Especially just a lot of the circusy stuff, like to do with the rides and whatever, because this is meant to be a traveling circus that flies from point A to point B in a giant plane of some kind. So yeah, that I would also like to, as you go through the game, it grows bigger and bigger, right? Like I even already have some of that some of the functionality there as far as the code is concerned, right? If I go into play mode and I have where are you? Okay. I have the stuff over here for like a save file. I can, if I press this will run some editor code that will basically clear the save file and act like, hey, off a new save file, you know, the hub world just looks like this, and there's just these levels available. And then if I manually adjust some stuff, pretending, wait, did it clear properly? No, it did. Wait, those shouldn't say 3, right? Unless I'm mistaken. Hold on. Or hold on here. My own code might not be running how I think it is. Or wait, why? Hold on. Why did I'm confused on confused myself on why these say 3 when I believe on a clear save file they should say 0. Am I looking at the wrong thing? No, worlds, levels, yeah. This is hold on here. This is like, yeah, the, like, World 1, essentially, and then, oh, here's the levels involved in World 1. Why did these not get cleared to being 0? Did I... Oh, did I have to, like, go save and then... Oh, I think delete doesn't update this. I think that's what's going on. Oh, okay, okay, I think I've solved my own thing, I think. Or not, unless this code is actually just broken. Hold on. I thought I set up that code to be able to run in the editor and not, Oh, weird. Okay, hold on. I was hoping to just show off a quick point, and I'm thinking something in my code related to that. I was not paying attention if there was being errors in the console at all. So this is like what a clear save file coding-wise looks like, of this list of all this stuff that's all 0. But if I change this to a 3, and then press save, it should act like this level has been beaten, and it's not. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, we're gonna quickly deviate from what I thought we were gonna be doing to fixing my saving loading system. Save. What you're supposed to... Realize, close, update all level maps. Is update all level maps not working properly? Excuse me? Unless, am I looking at the wrong thing? Is that possible? Hold on. Putting a breakpoint there. Okay, when Unity decides to do. So I think I'll do 20 levels at first and set level entrances to level 10 and 10 above, or 10 levels above ground, other levels under it. The 10 top levels are pretty small, so I might put like Adventure Guild or the like on those. Okay, yeah, sure. Or some Mage Tower and dungeon stuff is hidden on below 10 levels. Yeah, that's what works for your game, then cool. Best of luck with that. Now, why is my stuff being broken? Is my question. So when I hit save, it should be saving that 3 to a file. Update level maps. Yeah, World 1 being active. Yep. World's eyes. This. Do you comprehend that you are 3? Hold on. Wait, something that false. Oh no, that sets them all false, and then this is looking at the actual save data. Hold on, let me just... You went ahead of me. Hold on. Wait, you went to a... Excuse me? So you thought you were 0? This... 0? Yeah, that's not meant to be a 0, it's supposed to be a 3! What's going on here? And this is... So, like, we've had a lot of issues in the last couple streams where it's like, something random thing broke, and I'm like, oh, why did that break? Oh, because I touched this relevant code to, like, the camera, and now, like, some other thing that relates to the camera broke. I don't think that I've touched this saving and loading code in a long time. I thought, but I also haven't tested anything with it in also a long time. So, that's great and fantastic. All right, 0, 0. I don't know if I need to give an explanation on how all this works exactly, but I mean, doing that might help me narrow down what's exactly the problem. Did it even save properly? Like, saving is supposed to be followed by, yeah, being all element. Let me double check what's actually even attempting to save. Hold on. So, currently, we'll see if this changes. I've designed my game in a way that what needs to be saved is very simple. It's not so much just save the last level that we're on. Because we can unlock levels out of order, I essentially, for the most part, for every... the levels can be split up in terms of worlds. So we have this list of all the worlds. Right now in this example stuff, there's 3. In the contents of each world, we have a list of every level. Actually, I'm going to go down here. And then for every level, it's essentially have we beaten it or not per level. Now, for my game... the sort of points you can get for beating a level is that, like, if you fail to repair rides in time, you start to get strikes. 3 strikes, you're out, sort of thing. If you beat a level and you only had 1 strike left, then I save a 1 here. If you haven't beaten a level at all, then it's 0. If you beat a level, you had 2 strikes left, I put a 2 in there. If you beat a level, you had 3 strikes left, so you didn't get any. Then I throw a 3 there. I'm thinking I'm gonna need to, like, just change the wording of, like, what I call that to have it make sense. Story-wise, I kind of want to throw it as some kind of, like, sort of, as you do the levels, you're sort of building up the reputation of the carnival. So, gonna have some better named, like, reputation points of some kind that you get, but, like, if you get strikes, then you don't get as many, but they're correlated in some way. Anyways, so if you haven't beaten a level, there's a 0. If you've fully cleared a level, it's a 3. That's all that's all that really matters for what I'm trying to look at is, does it save a 3 or a 0? Or technically a 1 or 2 means you beat it, but you haven't perfected it, right? Each level has a normal mode and a hard mode, so that's why those things are separate there. So that's the only information I need to save is, 0, 1, 2, 3 for normal and hard for every single level, and then my code handles the rest of what does that mean for, if these levels don't have zeros, like, if all the levels in World 1 don't have zeros, that means that we've unlocked level 2. That's kind of how that goes. Every level is mandatory. I don't have any, like, optional secret levels, or is currently the plan. But some levels can be done out of order. Yeah, okay, then to make things slightly more complicated, I want each level, or each world, the first world might have some exceptions, because tutorial stuff, but past hypothetical world 1, it's, here's a bunch of levels, do them in whatever order. Once you've done them all, unlock the sort of final level of the world, that's gonna be some kind of boss level, for most of the time, it doesn't have to be necessarily, but let's just say boss level at the end of a world. So that's then looking at this list, the last one here is the boss level. So if you've beaten every other one, then then this one should be open. And if you've beaten this, then World 2 should be open. So that's some of the math that happens there. Oh, Fenberg, hi, hello. Welcome. I need therapy for my hatred of Java developer. Oh no. Yeah, that's fair. Understandable. I am so mad they make my life harder than you. Oh wait, oh no, you're not talking about Java, the programming language. You're saying Java developers? What did Java developers do? Oh no. Problem. I'm so mad they make my life harder than it needs to be. All I wished is that my program was not written in Java. Oh no, sorry for rant, had to get that out. Yeah, fun. I have not touched Java in a long time. And like, the only times I've had to do anything with Java, and not JavaScript, but Java specifically, have been for school projects of different kinds. So, yeah, interesting. Anyways, so you're just joining us. We're working on more things with my hub world that goes between levels. Although, as I was, like, introductorying, explaining what we're actually going to be doing, which is making the transition between, like, going from level A into level B smoother, and I have ways of how I'm going to be doing that. I just was getting there, and then we discovered a completely unrelated bug. It's kind of related. My saving and loading system somehow broke at some point, so I'm now looking into that and hoping that it's a quick, simple fix. And yeah, so that's where we're at with that. Okay, so what was I doing specifically? So if I press save, it's calling the save code. At what point do things go bad? So, making it serial. So this local data, you should say, if this is all 0, excuse me? Wait, what? How? So when it goes to save, it's saving clear data. So like, in the editor, I supposedly changed this to a 3, and it's not a 3, so what gives? Is just like this local data right here that is it's what in the editor I changed to a 3. I don't. Excuse me, this local data. If I go back over here, what local data worlds levels element 0 strikes 3. What's the problem? What? Excuse me. I don't actually know why it doesn't like that. Local data, like, or it's possible I just now looked at the wrong thing. Hey, wait. Interesting. I changed the, editor thing from normal to debug, and that seems to have, now it's actually showing a 0 for some reason. But why would that matter? Oh, is this gonna be more Unity editor nonsense rather than actual, no, okay, well now, once again, I've changed this to a 3, and I'm pressing, you're not seeing this go true, but essentially, this is, it should, frankly, just be an editor button. When I check this box, it immediately goes into code and calls the saving function and then unchecks it. This is more just editor code for me. But what gives? Why are you not changing at all? Yeah, this is weird, I must say. Oh, more messages. Let me catch up. Oh, I'm missing a lot. Apologies. No, what did he do? He chose to write the program in Java, and that makes my life harder. So it's hard not to hate him. Oh boy, all right. We'll agree that COBOL is way better. I'm not familiar with COBOL, but sure, I'll take your word for it. The more similar to C it is, the better. Oh, but C, if you're dealing with regular C, you also got to deal with memory management and pointers and all that. I'm not a fan of having to deal with pointers. Here's the problem. There's a tool that fully accomplishes the same thing as I do, but it doesn't do this thing well enough, but it does a lot of other things well, so I thought I would make more sense to modify this program to work the way I wanted, via a fork. The primary thing I wanted to replace is its decompiler, but my decompiler is written in C++. Oh, yikes, yeah. Yeah, that does sound tricky. Does Unity have Doppler sound in simulation like Godot does? By Doppler sound, do you mean like sound in 3D space? How you can have like, hey, here's a thing, I'm a camera with an audio source. Here's a thing that's emitting a sound over there, and it's moving by, and that sound doing as sound things do. Pitch changing in 3D. So to be honest, I've never messed around like being like, okay, maybe it might. I want to. So I mean, as just a small. If I go to any, I don't have anything. Do I have anything in this project that emits a sound? Actually, I do, but not in this scene. Given that most of I don't finish most of the projects I do, or like a lot of things I make as a school project, they're fine as being like prototypes, like stuff like that. I haven't done a ton of like complicated sound effect music stuff other than just plopping a thing in a scene and being like, play it at this time, or be music that's just playing always. So, and when you're playing like level music, you usually don't care about like the 3D sound of that, but if you have characters talking or whatever, then that matters more. If I jump into this guy, this thing over here, back when this game started as a school project, this was the tutorial level thing that we made for it in a 24-hour period. That was insane. We basically did a 24-hour stream just designing and implementing and making this entire level happen. But this level has voice lines by yours truly. I believe, I forget the specifics of how this works. No, these don't count, right? No, these just, I believe these just attach themselves to the camera and then just play the voice line, so this also wouldn't, this would not do any sound related stuff, I don't believe. But I want to say, I thought I had, I know you can't, hold on, I'm just trying to find any, I just do this real quick just so I can see. Over here, yeah, this is what I was looking for. Is that, 3D sound settings, yeah, Doppler spread. It's a thing, you can change and you can change, like, the fall off of, like, thing be far away from camera, having it get quieter, essentially. But there's all these settings with it that I've never really had to mess around with that much. So, like, the specifics of what this can do and what it's capable of. I see all this, volume, spatial blend, spread, reverb zone mix. I personally have never had to mess around with this to the point of like fully understanding it, because I just happen to not have done that much sound related stuff. But I'm, I guess, hoping to eventually in this very project. It's just usually in games, like when you get to the point of actually implementing like sound effects and all that, that's a more like later stage polish kind of a thing. Still got a long ways to go, even just in the art department of this just looking visually better. But sound is very important in-game things. Does matter for, having things sound and look good. Or having things sound good, yeah, matter. It is important. Oh, I'm missing more messages. First thing I thought of was to translate my decompiler to native Java, but the problem with that is the performance. Java slower. I'll take your word that that might be a thing in, I don't know if it depends on what you're coding specifically, but I don't want to trade performance for no reason. Yeah, it just hurts me. Oh, no. Yeah, why can't there be only one unified programming language that everybody uses? That would make things much easier. Ha, ha, ha. I'm sure that wouldn't cause problems whatsoever. No siree. The other thing I thought is making my program into a C++ library and then making the Java program call my methods, but I got no idea how that would work under the hood. Fortunately, nor do I. For the text that's being rendered on screen, it uses some weird Java helper class. Oh, weird. Funky. Well, I mean, sorry, if it's a Java program, then a Java helper class that renders on screen actually makes perfect sense, I guess, but, sure. So I got no idea how low-level memory management works with Java's memory management. Also, no clue on my end. I specifically have tried to avoid having to deal with memory management stuff wherever possible. It's a big reason of why I use Unity in the first place, of getting to use C# rather than Unreal and C++. So that's different from like coding in C++ on its own or coding in C# on its own outside of a game engine. But I get that. But anyway, I know Godot uses has the option of using C++, but I also haven't got around to doing that. Okay, because Java is not machine code, it's byte code. I recognize those terms, but not 100% how they apply here. I'm hoping to skip text as much as possible, so no translations. Might just put some strange symbol font and put everything in Finnish and call it a day. So not even Finns can read it for it being strange. Oh, no. Alright. Sure. Do what you gotta do. I don't know, just weird since I don't want to avoid... I want to avoid anything that doesn't let me manage memory and pointers, because it confuses me. I guess I do coding where I don't have to worry about things on that memory level. I do a lot of coding that's more, I guess, bigger picture things. But like here, I'm trying to make a player oh, that's a player down here. You see in the tiny corner, right? Player do player things. Make a fun game of cool, wacky stuff happening. Cool interactions and game mechanics and whatnot. I'm really looking forward to when we start making our first real level and like are actually making more like hazards and gameplay interactions and stuff again. That's a thing I very much enjoy, is more like logical side of like how should this interact with this and the logical like sequence of steps of things that should happen, or like when we're making the whole objectives manager thing. I don't know, that's stuff that I like, where I don't have to worry about the storing of memory of those things. I deal with like having my own systems of storing certain data that relates to my game, like this whole saving and loading thing, of how we very much, like, to a very high degree, logicked out how, like, based on the needs of my game, what specific information needs to be saved, and how can I make that as, like, less as possible, as minimal as possible, as simple as possible, and then having, like, you know, storing simple stuff and then having once we load the data, then from here, then we can interpret it in ways to not have to save more additional redundant information, I guess. Like, I could had it in being like, what world were we on? But I don't need that if I could just know that levels from here to here were beaten. That means we must be on this world, kind of a thing, right? I don't know, this kind of stuff. It's a thing I enjoy. You know, technically this is like the one thing that is to some degree dealing with memory, because it's the one thing that is I'm saving data and then loading it. And then we'll also see as the game gets more complicated and whatever, that maybe I'll find that there's something that's not saved that eventually should be, like maybe things relating to the hub world and stuff that you have there, that anything that wouldn't just be purely based on what levels you've done, but I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, so that'd be that. Let me catch up with more messages. Then the decompiler is just very confusing me. The decompiler is just very computationally expensive as the size of the code scales. It's not just my decompiler, it's also other decompilers that I've tried. Sure, and then that spinny, the carnival spinny thing looks like Hazard. So this is meant to be a circus ride. It's very, like, placeholdery, but it's better than before. As of a couple streams ago, this was just a big cylinder. It didn't really communicate the idea that well. This better communicates the idea of, hey, it's a ride. But I don't consider this done yet. I'm still working on, I want to make, like, an animation of it running, some animation where it's, like, breaking, malfunctioning in some way, and that's like, hey, you gotta repair it. And then there's like, well, the more obvious like health reticle with it, but just to have some visual stuff with it, like it is breaking. And then the like it being so broken it's beyond repair, like big ball of flame kind of thing, or something like that, or something like physically broken off and, you know, looking purposely like very mangled beyond repair or whatever, which we'll see what that looks like when we get there. But yeah, I could still consider this to be in progress, but just, you know, thing I was working on. Also, it won't be the case that all the rides are the same, right? Like, this is a beginning placeholder thing. There's gonna be, in theory, different rides that look different sizes. Even like things to repair can be like food trucks, the like carnival game, you know, like throw stuff into, like, you know, throw a ring on the bottle, like those kind of things. All of those will be, I use ride as a very, very umbrella term for thing to repair that is circus themed. You even have like things that aren't just circular, like, you know, a Ferris wheel. It's more like thin and tall. Mini roller coaster kind of thing. Like, I have a list of potential things that could be a thing. This is just, yeah, we're focusing a lot more on the programming side of things at this point in time. Then we do have, I mean, well, in terms of even just in this scene, we have a generic, like, when we were just coding hazards to exist in the first place, just red thing, you touch it, it triggers getting hurt, like, whatever. But then, you know, this doesn't need much extra programming to then, like, just with more graphical stuff. You could be fire, poisons, like acidy floor, like whatever, right? Like that's way more up to the graphical side of things. I just want like you touch it, you get hurt. We have this electrical floor that right now I have a thing that, like, when the player is up close to it, it has particles coming out. When the player is far away, the particles are off. That's just a performance thing. So, but like, even just pure programming wise, we have like a tile floor, then go like a, you know, an electric thing that has a pattern. And this is the same code that's having all of this, you know, allow different patterns. That's pretty cool. We have projectiles and projectile spawners. Like, this can move back and forth. This actually did bother doing like a little bit of graphical stuff, and at this time was experimenting with just learning more particle effect stuff with like the fireballs there. We have a thing that just spews fire. The particles for this, there's also, I think, tied to the player. If the player's up close, then it'd be big old flames. Anyway. And then, yeah, but then beyond that, I haven't done that much with making more hazards yet. That's gonna be more, I stopped, like, after we had, like, moving platforms, I moved away from, instead of just, here, we're just making, like, here's hypothetical game mechanics that could exist in the game, then I was starting to design my first real level to then start making more specific hazards, gameplay things that are going to be used in that specific level. So we have, like, a list of things that we're going to need to make, and we'll be getting back to that. Then I decided to completely rebuild the player and then have to recontextualize a lot of things around this new player, but working so far. We're getting there. Anyway, it is a long process, but it'll be very cool when like we have more functional chunk of real gameplay, so it's easier for me to just communicate my ideas of what's going on rather than all this hypothetical, like, that thing over there and this thing over here and this stuff in another scene. It's all going to be mixed together. Eventually, it'll be cool when it just is, and I can be like, look at this bit of gameplay. This is what the game is. That's what I'm working towards. It'll take a little bit to get there. Okay, catch up on more messages real quick. And then I'd like to actually solve we haven't coded anything yet. I'd like to, you know, actually do that sometime today. Hold on, where was I in my messages? Then, I assume, the issue is that I want to do out in real time without having, noticeable loading time, so that's why I wrote it in C++. Yeah, if you're really worried about, performance up to, like, the highest degree, then a lower level programming language, you get more control. Then, as long as you're an expert and know how to use that control well, then yeah, you can in theory make a thing that is better. Better on performance to the degree that you need. But yes, it's Java's bytecode and not machine code. It's never going to be as fast as my C++ code if it's the same logic being performed, which is why which it would be if I translated it directly. Plus, I don't know the equivalent Java libraries. Oh no! Then turning seats into collision objects are separate from the ride, and they're all around the place. Yeah. That is a thing I have to, like, consider, like, the collision of stuff. And that's the thing I have to with these. We do have, like, a very physicsy player, and usually that comes to some degree with some amount of unavoidable janky physics. I don't want to go too overboard with that necessarily, have it, you know, if it ruins the gameplay experience or whatever. So, and like this, like, ride thing, you aren't meant to get up close with it. It's supposed to be like, hey, it's a visual thing that, like, oh, it's breaking, get up close to it and repair it. Like, I think it's gonna be to some degree invisible walled and you don't actually go inside and get hit with the rides. But there's gonna be plenty of other things of actual hazards that you will be getting hit at high speeds. So, it'll work itself out. It'll be fine. There's a degree of, like, I want the game to be functional and not, oh, you hit a thing and got launched halfway across the map. There goes my game design. There goes that level design. Oh, cool that you just skipped over it. I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of that is things to more fine-tune in the context of a real level, not a plane of testing objects. But, you know, anywho. Like, I am... we do have my player... testing scene over here that has, like, this back up here. Yeah. This has some cool stuff going on with just, like, cool, environmental things. Wow, look at them go. Woo! Okay, well, this stuff like this showcases where there's still some jankiness in regards to, like, the camera and whatnot. I meant to fly out the top of that, whatever. Anyway, this whole, like, going sideways and up walls, you can fly through there like this, and it's cool and stuff, and look at that boy go. But when we can combine this with actual real gameplay mechanics of incentivize the player to go from place to place and actual hazards to have to weave around while going up walls and stuff, then it will be cool. Okay, back to over here and into yeah. And my decompiler also relies on cached data, so even if I called it from the Java program, this memory would need to stay in memory. It caches the documentation for the known functions that are being called, things like their names, parameter data, types, etc. As these are static, it would make sense to analyze them every time. Sure, I guess I also can understand that. Sure. Okay, all right, let me try to actually, like, let's try to actually code something today, shall we? So why is this broken? I don't understand, actually. Yeah, that's back to... I don't understand why... Like, the fact that... Hold on. System serializable, this level data is combined in this world data. This world data is in this save data. Oh, I do save the last active level as a separate thing, so that, like, when you go into the game, like, what level were you at last? That's different than knowing what levels were just existing. That you have completed or haven't. The last active level isn't necessarily the latest one. If you went back and repeated a level and then quit out the game, I went to put the player back into that. So save data is... This is the save data. You do this, and then you're this. So, what's your deal for why you... Why would you not be matching how I'm changing it in the inspector? If I make any change here... And then, like, even, like, without going into the save, I put a breakpoint here and go into play mode real quick. Like, and then I should be able to look at this and see that it's changed. But, like, but it seems to be behaving and that it's not. So why would it be doing that? Or just to make sure that, like, because I'm, like, looking at a thing that's not where the code actually is, let me just make sure that, like, it is behaving the way that I do think it is. So I just do it through a good old print statement of local data. I should be able to say local data dot worlds 0 dot levels 0 dot strikes normal. Just print this out every frame. I'm also curious to see if I update it through, like, how you would update in the game by going into the level and beating it, and that's supposed to update it and trigger a save. I'm curious if that's going to properly just behave as it should. So, hey, look, it's printing a bunch of zeros. Wow. In what world would... Why is... What? Why? That's very strange and kind of is a big old problem. if I go into a level, I just want to double check, like, is this some weird Unity editor thing that's happened, like, since I've updated Unity or something like that? Or is this, if I press this continue button, I believe it should update that I beat the level with all the strikes, so it should change to a 3. Oh. Or it might change to a 3 after I land. I forget where the code actually happens specifically. Oh, it still didn't update. Is there something that's every frame up, like, overwriting the file? No, but then I'd almost expect that this would change back to 3 immediately. Huh. So the fact that that didn't change it is almost a better sign that it's, instead of being some weird Unity nonsense, it's like my actual code isn't doing something right, I think. Let me double check. What would change that? Like, what messes with it actually? I did hook it up to my beating level system, right? I'm gonna hope that I did. What actually messes with this? Public, well, these are all public, so it might just be, let me just do, where is it? Final references. You are messed with from, no, what would we call this? What would we call this? Is it hub manager that does this? Or is it my, like, level manager? One of the two. Well, if I do a fight all references for this. Did I really never? Oh, am I just mistaken? Did I never set it up for our level manager to actually use this? Sure, yeah, I thought I did. It's possible I didn't. Let me double check all of the winning code. Where would that be from? If you beat a level and restart it, it should still save the fact that you beat the level. You'd think. So, as soon as win happened, this is right when we win the level. Do I really never do that? Well, I'm perplexed at that. Something that I thought was a mechanic. And perhaps, but I want to be sure, because it might be somewhere, and I just, you know, if I put it in, thinking that it's not there, and then find out that now it's there twice, then that's an issue. Okay, so it starts here. This is the start of what triggers that we beat in a level, and I highly doubt that it's going to be in start spring, as that just sets up the physical and level spring that launches us back to the hub world. This win code is where things really happen. So we disable pausing, we stop the level, that override player, win angle, activate win screen with strikes left. Really? All right, well, if it's not here, we're gonna add it now, and then save that we beat the level. Now, one thing I've just realized that I gotta make sure is the thing, and I really thought we did this already, but I guess we didn't. If we beat the level with 3 strikes left, and like that's good and all, and then we do the level again and beat with 2 strikes left, it should obviously keep the bigger value, right? Keep the best. Shouldn't go down. So I, in theory, should be making just some functions like save and saving and loading dot like update file with like what level and the strikes left. Something like I shouldn't need this bit that updates the level maps. I should just call this afterwards. Well, actually, as soon as it saves, the save triggers that on its own, so that's fine. But public static void like update level data. I don't know. And then somehow I'm gonna need. I think the easiest thing for the level manager to pass in is the string of what level it is. That's just the scene name, or maybe, or would the hub world know that better? Come back to that, but it's just level, and then in int of strikes left, blah, and then equals actually no, yeah, whatever, blah, and then I'm gonna pass that in. Yeah, dot update level data. So the level itself, I'll come back to this in a second. Strikes left is gonna be this guy. With a big S there. What's gonna be my best way of getting the level name. I'm just looking at how the hub world does this. Actually, no, I'm gonna look at how saving and loading is gonna have. This is what I'm looking for. But then I gotta tie it to what level's what. Oh, I'm not gonna. Am I gonna know that as easily? No, yeah, no, I know. I do have. Sorry, no, yes, I do have. This is what gets saved, but this is information of like that kind of ties what levels are associated with what of these values. So I'm looking for in this world data the level activate that's associated with it that has level scene name normal is I guess what I'm saying. So it actually is just the scene name, yeah. So I'm comparing it against those in the same way that I'm comparing against whatever saves this guy. And where would that be? Oh, I'm probably missing messages. Hold on. Where? Oh, where? Yeah, maybe I need to find a Java developer, ask him for advice. Well, fortunately, I ain't no Java developer, so I don't know how much I can help, but good luck. RuneScape devs, though, needs to be engine dev. They made their own scripting language for Java, so non-Java devs can use it. Oh, wow. Crazy. Cool. Okay, where does this get you? No, oh, file name is not what I'm... oh, sorry, this is save data. I was looking for... That's not what I was looking for. I'm looking for the active level thing that is... on Hub Manager, right? Like, this. How this gets used. No, but that just loads the scene, doesn't it? Oh, wow. Okay, there might be... I was thinking this would be a quick detour, a quick little fix, and then we'll be back to the main thing I wanted to be doing today. And this is turning into more of a, oh wait, I didn't make this whole thing, gotta go jump into doing that. I don't have to do this right now, but the main thing of that, I can't test my own, like, save load thing. For some reason, the editor's just not wanting to do what it's supposed to. Is weird, is funky, and I don't know why that is. But anyway, so okay, what am I trying to do? This is the easy part. How am I gonna get the level and tie that to which thing it is in an easy way? I'm trying to just see if surely I've had code that has done this kind of thing. That just, you get active, like, I don't need to pass it if I get the active scene will never be the hub world. The active scene will always be the level itself. So I don't need to pass that in. I can just pass in strikes left over here, do this, and then go string level is equal to blarg. But then I'd need to go, I can update through all of these. Yeah. First level, huh. Right. Oh, this is a lot that I sort through. Test with world are active. Da, 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 da. I guess we're gonna assume that whatever thing that we're needing to go into, that it exists. Why am I finding this to be so funky? When we say, no, when we load, no, passing in. Level data, world, blad, it levels that, equals new stuff, yeah. Oh, sorry, no, this is loaded, this is the, effectively, like, oh, we're trying to load and the file doesn't exist, so essentially load a blank file. That's what that is. And delete is also kind of, well, yeah, then we just delete the delete the thing and then go to load a fresh save file, so it does the same thing. I need to then go look at level activate, because that's gonna have like things that are actually storing what levels are associated with what level scene names. What is it called? That was activate. What do you mean? Or it's activate level or something. Activate level. That it? Just searching for it. There. Yep. Okay. Yeah, over there. Okay. Yeah. So in this, so I'm looking for this. I need to get. Do I really need to just loop through every activate level and then compare those? and then know where I am in the world, like yeah. Find the activate level thing in this list of lists, find those indexes, look at the same indexes here, have, I guess, a bool whether we're on the normal version or the hard version. Well, no, all the hard versions end with the word hard, so that's an easy test. I don't need to do anything special to care for that, and then know which one to update. Okay, that should be fine. Okay. This is just a situation of, like, multiple ways to go about the same problem. So I'm trying to make sure that what I'm doing is the way that I should be doing this, rather than, like, there's something better, more elegant I can do based on stuff that I have. Like, can I get away without having to loop through all of them? I could... Like, I'm just wondering if, like, when the hub manager loads a level, I could, like, at that point store those indexes, and then, like... I don't know, use that somehow. Oh well, I guess we're just gonna loop through all this. It's probably fine. Okay. I already have some code that loops through these to turn stuff on or off, right? So, going through world, the levels at length, worlds at levels, blah, hard mode unlocked. That's, yeah, this is, yeah, no, right here. Actually, this specifically, yeah. Except not grabbing that. Right. Yes. Okay. Just double checking. Well, I dot levels. Yes. Okay. Well, there's oh, I already copied that. What am I thinking? Well, like, same thing. Same diff. Go through all the levels, and then just in each. Wait, why are you a problem? Oh, because you're in a static function, so you need to be all instance dot. Actually, you know what? I can get away with not doing that by going doing this a little bit better. Not have the word instance 50 times by having a static function that then calls the non-static version void. Can I go just whoa. I don't know. Probably a better thing I call it instance or something like that. Being inconsistent is fine. Blarg, and this starts by just specifically going in. Do I not? Wait, do I not have this set up as a to have a static instance thing? No, I have that set up in so many other scripts, but not this one specifically. Public static saving and loading instance. I like to do that, and then just void baff, I can press the right buttons. Blarg equals this. That's fine. And then down here, then I can just go instance dot thing I thought existed but does not. Blarg. And then you're gonna pass in that. Now, question I have is, can I get away with these being called exactly the same thing? I'm gonna assume I can't. Oh, maybe I can. Really? Fascinating. Oh, no, yeah, there you go. There's the problem. Okay. So then this copies from here to here, and I get to save on not having the word instance a bunch of times. So, level that we're in is getting the scene name. That's good enough here, because that's how we base what things are hooked up to what. Go through each level, then go through each world, and then go through each level in those worlds. This level is an activate level thing. Then I guess that is just then if worlds I dot levels j dot scene name well, normal is equal to we're gonna call this level name equal to level name. Then we found the one. I mean, I guess I actually can then just go else if for like the hard mode version. Scene name hard equals level name. Bah. Then do I just want to save I and J? No, I don't need to save it. I can just then immediately use what I and J are for the other list. So then this is gonna be local data. Local data. Just remembering how I go down this. Dot world I dot levels J. Okay, yeah. Then dot world. Okay, so same deal. Same names, but they're actually different things under the hood. J dot strikes normal equals strikes left. Sort of. It needs to actually make sure that it's a best of kind of deal. And then this one here will update strikes hard equals strikes left. And then if we've found the thing, both of these will then mean break. We don't need to check any of the other levels. Break. Well, actually, that'll just break out of this for loop. Oh, that's annoying. I can't just return. Can I? Well, I mean, if I just do a quick, do the thing and then save. I don't like the one-line repetition, but it's easier, so it's what we're gonna do. So what needs to actually be done here is, before I just assign it blankly, because that will, like, if we beat it perfectly and then play it again with, like, a worse score, essentially, then, you know, that'd be a problem. So I need to then take this and go, like, you know, use the higher one. Actually, to do it in a nice one-line thing, use mathf.max between itself and strikes left. Haha. Yeah. That, and then same thing on the hard mode. I need to copy all the way to there, but whatever. Make sure I put in the same, being the hard mode one. Yeah, that works. That's not that bad, actually. Yeah, I need to pass the strike left and then find the name. Yeah, that wasn't that bad. Okay. Cool. The one thing I might be able to do to slightly optimize that, sort of, is the hypothetical of, I think all of the, like, a normal of a level and then, like, the hard mode of it, I believe the scene names are going to be, you know, like the name and then thing hard mode, but I don't want to specifically compare, like, does the string match, but also it has the word hard at the end, because I don't want to necessarily force that to be a rule that, like, if I happen to change it, then I have to, like, update that code. If I forget to, then problems. Alright, so testing that out real quick. These are still not, yeah, so we're in test level 8, right? Which if I press confirm on a level we're already in, then nothing happens. That's already a thing. And if we do this, we fly in, pretend that we beat the level by pressing my auto win button, but it doesn't trigger until we actually touch the thing. You have to actually hit the end level platform. At this point, it should have saved, which actually means that this should be printing 3s. That's concerning. I'll have to double check if the code even got called, but, and this is not updated. This X with the times 0 should be without the X and saying times 3, is what the visual should look like. So that's, well, first thing, I gotta double check, did this code actually run? One, did it find the level? Did it then, well, it should have called saved after. Just print, found it. That it did indeed find the level. I like, end level, is it level manager that called the code? Yeah. And am I calling it in the right place? Yeah, we wouldn't call it in a fail. We only call it when win happens. Yeah. Okay. Concerning that, there's like good news and bad news. The fact that it's still being 0 here. That the problem isn't just when I was updating it in the editor for some reason. No, so it should have already. Wait. Oh, I'm not seeing. Or it may have got drowned out if I collapse. Ooh. Or well, that. Wait. Really? It didn't find it? How? I mean, it's possible I just compare the wrong things just now. Let's see. I went. Level scene name normal to level name. It's the scene name should be saying like the name of the level we're in, not the hub world. I guess there's a chance it could be doing that in, you know, in a way that it shouldn't be. Nope, not any of this. Just getting rid of breakpoints that I'm not wanting to mess with. Okay, go. Yeah, and yeah. Okay, it did get here. So what scene name did you get? What? Wait, what? What do you mean that you think that the active scene? I thought that I specifically the hub world makes that not happen. If we start from the hub manager scene, I thought it's supposed to load. You know, load the level that we're in, and then make that be the set active scene to. This here should be talking about the or wait a minute. game auto just... Oh, wait, no, wait, I don't do that? Oh, what? Wait, why not? Really? This here seems to say that I specifically... If with this line not being here, then I would be setting the, Oh, no, wait, I guess I do set it as the... Hold on, I'm not finishing my sentence here. I previously thought that when I load from the hub world into whatever level that we're in, I set that level to being the active scene. I'm seeing here that I don't do that. I load whatever level that we're interested in, but then I make sure that the hub world is still considered the active scene. And I was concerned as to why I was doing that. I think I do that because of this stuff with manually messing with the skybox and stuff like that. This, and some of like the lighting setting stuff worked better if I always have the hub world be the active scene, and then I'm sort of messing with the hub world skybox to match stuff about like the level we're going into it. What skybox would it have? Go take that and make it be the hub world skybox. To be able to like, at one point I had like a custom shader thing to sort of fade from one skybox to another. That's a thing we got to kind of make functional again. Okay, so tiny hiccup is that I can't just get the active scene from this, but I should be able to like have something that... So active level. Whoa. Does this actually get used anywhere? This is the code that runs a single time when we start up the game in the hub world. It sets its active level. Is active level, does it actually get updated here? Oh, this looks like it does. No, this unloads, yeah, the active level that we're in, then we go into a new level. Yeah, so this, it probably is getting updated. Okay, it is. Okay, then we already have that. That's easier to grab. Cool. I mean, this would have been nice and easy grab if it worked, but, okay, just active levels is going to do it. Hub manager dot, is just active levels, an instance dot active level? That works, okay. So, same deal. And now it should work. If this does update the number, though, I'm going to be a bit more concerned, because then it's being not updated by the editor, which is like a thing I can maybe work around, but just no. Yeah, found it. 3, there it is. Okay. Good. Goody good. So if I go back over here, we fly into the air. Yeah, look, it's green. I mean, this is green too, but it's green without the X. I'm hoping that in a better graphical sense that like eventually it'll be more distinguished, but for now the developer can tell the difference. This is a level that hasn't been touched. This is a level that's been beaten. Right now, yeah, the only difference is the giant, the 3 and the 0 and big X and no X. But anyway, and this was done easily by just copying the graphics of like the strikes that are floating off screen still right here. Yeah, anyways, so that worked-ish. And I can see, hey, it updated to a 3. Wow. But why then, if I go and, change it? What do you mean you're now changing? What? It wasn't doing it before. Excuse me? So if I press save now it's going back to what I'm doing too. Oh, wait, really? I forgot that I left an X on there Huh. This means this is a level that's been beaten, but it hasn't been 100%ed, and I guess that's how I did that. I think that should maybe change. Oh, it's also getting, right now it's getting stuff from the lighting and the post-processing, but as soon as I do this, I believe it doesn't. That's just a separate thing to be cleaned up at some point in time. I think, or I forgot, yeah, we'll come back to that, but anyway, so, why did this work this time, but not last time? If I change this to a 3, the level that we weren't even on. What? Now more confusing. I guess I'm happy that it's working, but also, like, what gives? It didn't save. Right? Or sorry, no, I didn't change that one. Never, yeah, it did save. Okay. Hold on, just, yeah, I did. Get out of here. If I then change something else unrelated, I change this one. That's this level here. Yeah, see, now it's not updating. What gives? What? Why is it requiring me to change something? What, like, change it by... What? It's almost like it's... let me just try something real quick. If I here and do this... Why? You're 3. No, you're still 0. You didn't update. What? But what? Now if I... This is a 2. This is linked with this level. I should be seeing a big old 2 right here. So now why was it not updating before, but now it is? It's so weird. If I change it to just anything else and then... This feels like some weird editor thing. Because 1, this wasn't happening before, I believe. And 2, I am doing, I guess, this funky, you know, system of, like, serialized objects underneath serialized objects. Like, it's not that insane. Is there something else I could be having here? Like, what if I don't know. If I make this static, it won't show up, right? Yeah, no. I don't know if I put a serialized field beside you anyway. If I make some custom editor script that, like, I don't think I should be needing to do. You're a 0. Yes, you didn't save, or you saved the wrong data. I go here, make this a 2, and then save. The problem isn't the save button. The problem is for some reason, because we're testing it in the editor. Well, now I guess we're looking at the wrong thing, but I changed this to a 1. This is printing this value. So why in the world is the editor not matching what I'm printing out? That's so weird. I mean, like, I can... What would I even Google to, like... Because it seems like a weird recent editor thing. Okay, let me run a quick test of a thing to narrow down my issue. I'm guessing it's maybe something to do with that I have, like, a class, a list of a class embedded in a list of a class, and blah blah blah. And this is just to have it look nice in the editor of, like, separating this data by, like, worlds and levels rather than just be a list of numbers and that's it. Or like a text file that's like a list of numbers, like comma separated line by line. This is just nicer to look at. But not nice if it doesn't work. I just want to double check. If I were to just make a public int that's just on its own, and it, like, it's not something weird that the whole script is doing. It's something specifically, whoops. Actually, no, let's test multiple things at once. If I make this, test int, I don't know. And then put that there, but then also make one in here. Not there, not that one. This one. You're test int 2, and then test int 3, right, or something. I just want to test. And then you know what? Let's go. Local data to worlds. Local data. Local data dot. It was like test int 2. Print that out for me. And print out worlds 0 dot test 3, just to try to narrow this down. Oh, I guess also just so I can differentiate them. Go like A and then blah and then oops. That's not how I meant to do that. Yeah, that and then I don't know how useful this data will be, but it will help narrow down this problem. I'm guessing what's gonna happen is this one's gonna update properly and these 3 won't. But I'm curious if this one will. The most useful information will be whether or not this one does. And also this one, kind of. So, go to play mode. Have it get all this data. Yeah, so we have test int, and there is that. So 0003, that makes sense. If I change this to a 1, I see that updating. Let me clear so I can see. Yeah, okay, so that made sense, but it would have been like, it would have been useful if this didn't update. That would have been super useful information, I guess. But like, what? That's being very weird and strange. So I update this one. That one's updating too. Interesting. Really? What's the difference then? If 2, sure. What I'm changing them to shouldn't matter. And then what is going on? Huh. I don't know. If I change this, then like, I don't know. No, that's updating too. What? Wait, so if I change this, you can tell me this is now gonna update? And that one's not. That's so weird. Okay, I'm just, my brain is oozing out my ears on why. What's the difference? I don't, what? Hold on here. Like, why? This shouldn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense, and I don't know what's going on here. Why? Okay. So the first one there, that's updating. The second one is the third one's updating. The fourth one's not. Why is it going like that many layers down of doing the same stuff? Is it? I mean, if I make a fourth one, like this should not update in the same way. If this weirdly updates, I'll be very extra confused. This dot. This feels like it's just Unity being weird and doing weird Unity things. Don't know. Don't know. Okay, yeah. Well, look, it's updating all those variables. Like using Windows to like get out of like mess being stuck in the screen. So if I change this, that's yep, and I change that, and I just keep clearing these just so I'm kind of seeing them in order. Change this one. And then I change this one. And it doesn't. Why? That's so strange. That's the strangest thing. Why? Keep repeating the question of why is not giving me answers. That one does. Is there some weird, like, if it goes too many nested deep, it just behaves differently? I don't know. I've never seen this happen before. Does it matter at all if I give these default values? I don't know. Just to try random stuff, but I didn't have to for these. This rules out if like I wasn't sure if maybe like these were getting like updated elsewhere in code at a bad time that was like weirdly like saving over top and resetting them or something like that. Even like from something like this, but this only runs when the load happens. But that's also not happening. It's weird. I don't understand. I haven't started working on the thing that this is tangentially related to my hub world, but it's not the actual movement of it. Which is going to be a separate, like, going to be nonsense and problems for a different reasons, but we'll get there. Yeah. So, like, but why? So if I change this, that, sure, this, and then, like, I'll just click this again before I, that was, what, this one. If I change it, blah. It just doesn't change. Why? Like, what would I even Google to figure out this specific thing? Something like, I don't even know, like how would I don't know, it's just, ugh. Actually, hold on, before I go any further, I forgot that, do I need this to be a class? I did this as a class that essentially only, if I actually change it to properly be a struct, oh, can I, oh, wait, will you let me do that? Oh, well, I mean, you don't need default values. Maybe, okay, maybe this could be the quick, like, this is how this, frankly, should be. I'm not gonna update this one yet, because this has, like, a bunch of stuff in the inspector that I have to, like, reassign. Please let this be just the magic thing that's gonna just solve my problem for free. Hya and la and hya. Oh, this is empty now. Ooh, errors. Why? Because, wait. On start, I load. Load, it should be... What's your problem? Is there something with... Is there something weird? Object reference. Oh, that would do it. Okay. Object reference, where, how, why, what's not hooked up. Good. You're supposed to pull in stop. What, 15? What's here? Is it because what, unpack level maps? Okay, hold on here. Why? Okay, from start, load goes here. It should be doing this. It gets in the file data, whatever. Is it... Oh, I have a guess. Because I just changed the file type. So, like, the saved data from before is now corrupt, right? Is that what it is? So if I quickly start with this being on delete, it, clear the previous saved data. Oh, I was hoping that would be it. Dang it. Or, actually, I mean, could it be anyway? Because it might have actually still... let me quickly do, oops. Delete. Oops. Real quick, just to... Because actually, that load is going to be trying to happen beforehand. Is it possible that I just need to kind of clear it? I can go manually into, like, where it saved my persistent data files. Oh, there. Okay, that looks like that partially fixed that problem. Okay, so that's just a temporary thing. I just needed to sort of clear everything out. And now, run play mode. Hope that it's fine. There we go. Okay, good. It was just a corrupt data thing because I changed how the save file operated. And then, is that gonna happen every time? No, it didn't when I just added new numbers. I guess when I just changed the file, change the types of numbers that were already there, then, okay. So now, testing lab is, I'm hoping, like, I don't celebrate too early. I'm hoping that this is gonna fix my issue. I just go in and change all of these. Wait, what's E? Oh, I forget what E is. That too, that's the thing I have to, that's correct, right? I completely forget what E is. Yeah, that's all it took. That's all it took, apparently. Why? I have no idea, but, okay, sure. Weird. Like, and that's the thing that was working before. Otherwise I would have noticed and solved the problem back then. Oh, that was this testing for was... Yeah, okay, sure, that's fine. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this and get rid of my test things. Yeah, very weird. It sucks that was a delay as it was, but oh well. And get rid of that there. We learned things, I guess. Technically, this one should also be swapped out, but this one is tied to a bunch of public, like, inspector, like, things that get dragged and dropped in. So I'm not going to worry about that. That's fine. I can do that at a later time. Alright, so in theory, now I'm going to be back to where I was near the beginning of the stream when I was trying to give a demonstration of some stuff with my hub world. Geez. So well, I guess I didn't fully test this. Let's just hope that this works. If I update all of these and then press save... No, did I celebrate too early? Wait, what do you mean? It just changed, though, did it not? But, like... What? Oh, come on! That wasn't the issue, but it just... It changed! Let me put back in... No, I don't... well, yeah, that's my bad, celebrating too early. If I just specifically print, the first thing that we had here, it was, where were you? Local data, wah. Or not there, here. Local data dot, worlds dot, dot, where was it? Level, or, 0 dot levels, 0 dot, normal, that one. Print that out for me. It's very weird. This is like, because I'm trying to change it through the editor and it's not changing, but changing it through like code is working fine. So it's definitely just a weird editor thing. So it's only really is affecting my ability to troubleshoot this and like be messing with it, while building a game. won't affect like in editor behavior, well, or in while running the game behavior, which is weird. But like, in strikes normal is not changing. That's so weird. And I don't know why. I didn't make a custom editor thing for this, right? I don't believe so. I've done that kind of thing in other projects, but no, not here. Weird. Okay, this might be something I like do more Googling like on my own. Maybe move on from for right now because I can work around it for the moment. I guess as a temporary thing, I will fill this out manually. Actually, I can do something a little bit. Actually, no, now that'd be hard to do. This needs 4 sets of all zeros. Okay. To match with what we have. So 4, and then each of these inside this has, or no, sorry, no, 3 worlds of 4, 4, 4. And actually, I guess I don't need to fill these out, which I didn't want to do this because then as I want to be able to, you know, update and change the never labels, switch them around or whatever, and this would just update and read that in. That's why it's not like this by default, but something I can, just sacrifice I can make for right now. And if I manually, it means I think I can change these in, well, we're going to find out if it even responds to this, me changing it outside of play mode, which if it doesn't, that'll really suck. If I do this, I should go into play mode and see World 2 sort of unlocked. Oh, wait, it's going to, wait, this might not work either because it's just going to load in the save file, isn't it? Okay, that's annoying. I mean, like, I could temporarily have it start with a save just so that it now is going to only go off of this data. It's basically not going to be going off of the save data, which is annoying, but that can temporarily work well enough for us to see our hub world. Okay, yeah, weird. Don't love that, but we will come back to that later. I can just filling out the data enough for it to have all 3 areas exist. And even these don't have to be all 3. They can be, you know, 2s and 1s and whatever. Yeah, okay. Go and play mode now. Oh, that side doesn't exist. Why? I shouldn't have to fill out that. Oh, wait. Wait, it cleared. What? Wait, excuse me? Did I not just... Did it just undo me changing those things? It did. Why? I specifically just put in code that should have me not doing that. Can this stop behaving so weird? What's going on? Is it just because it's a list inside of a list or something? I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Unity list inside list not updating? I don't know. And this has to be a more recent thing, right? Because, like, this wasn't happening before, I believe. Yeah, we like, and what would I even? I don't know. Weird. And even right now, I was like, oh, I'm just do a temporary thing to get around it. He's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. If I don't think if there's anything extra funky I'm doing in this Unity project that might be doing that. I could try, like, let's just try a good old, it sometimes does fix weird editor things, just restarting Unity. There's a chance it could do what I want it to do. Who knows? Maybe. Can this just, like, work first try? Even, like, loading to a different scene and back. See it, like, there, inspect how it was before. Like, wow, that's crazy. I change things, save the scene, and... Why behaving differently? That more so confirms of it being some weird editor thing rather than my code being bad. If closing and reopening Unity fixed part. Oh, and then no, I spoke too soon. Wait, what? Wait. No. Crazy. For a second, I thought they were back to zeros, and then they weren't. Maybe it's because I scrolled down too much or something. Yeah. Weird that it also does now, like, scroll like this. I would prefer if it was just fully extended. Oh, wait, can I extend it myself? No. No. Okay, weird. Anyway, so over there is supposedly unlocked. I can't actually cross this because the tightrope code is broken, but that's a separate issue for another day. Because I relaunched Unity, is there any chance that this will have just fixed itself? Please? You're kidding. You're kidding! But why? That actually just Well, I guess actually, it not scrolling means I don't have to actually scroll all the way down to save each time. If I change like this, oh my god, it's updating now. I can't even be mad. I'm just happy it's working. It was 100% just Unity being weird in a way that restarting it fixed itself. Why? And then yet, well, there's however much time that not all of it, not all of that time was wasted. The changing it from class to structs, I guess, was a thing that I should have done at some point. And the we did hook up that when you beat a level, it's updated properly, which is something I thought I did, but I guess didn't. But no, the rest of that was just Unity being Unity. Glorious. I guess maybe I should have picked up on that sooner, but like, I don't know. I wasn't seeing like weird like errors in the console or anything. Gosh, well, oh well. It happens. I'm, again, more happy that it's actually working in the first place. I undo that, you know, I mean, if I say that and then it immediately breaks again, that'll be mighty concerning. I didn't mean to go back and play mode. I would, like as it was before, set this all back to 0, clear this out. I want that on start, it pulls all this in, which will be pulling in a blank save file like this, and then 3, saving just that. And we're back here. Oh, I have an idea. Is this symptom? Let me test something. I just reload the scene. Go in any other scene and then go back. Over to here. It's loading something. I'm gonna let that spinny wheel go and do whatever it thinks it's doing. Okay, and now if I load this, will it maybe behave properly? Doesn't immediately have anything, but if I set this to a 3 and then save. Okay, other idea. Well, no, is this really something that, like, let me just relaunch it again to see if it's going to behave the same way. Why? Why is this behaving in some weird way that, like, it works, what, first time, and then I go in and out of play mode, and then it's just broken permanently? That's so weird. Again, I ask, why? Why, Unity, must you behave this way? So this... oh, it saved a 3 down there somewhere, somehow. That's not what... I didn't change the... it's possible I just changed the wrong thing. Maybe it... No, wait. No. Why are you giving me false hope and then taking it away? This is what I've just changed. That should be the thing on this level. That saying going from a 0 to a 3. And it ain't updating. Again, I ask, why? Do I have to go back to it being a full, I guess I can't update. Hold on. Alright, we're gonna go back to it, the test code that was before, and okay, I thought it was gonna be completely working to the point I could just move on. Not gonna be fully that way. Change this to 3, 3, 3, or I did this in the wrong order. I want this to be a 3 and these to be 4s. Gugh. Funky. Da, 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 da. And then 3, 3, 3, 3. I just need that amount so that all this is existing. I prefer if it's just all completely working. That'll work as a temporary thing. Put this back to having the save in there. I guess I'm just gonna go off of the editor stuff, and please tell me that that's gonna work. Wow, it's there for now. Although with it being there now, if I were to then update it after the fact, change this to a 2, let's say, and then save. And it's just not wanting to update. Weird. Super weird. It worked once and then didn't. Oh, this is... Why would these be broken? This is also some editor-related stuff that I have happening on these, particle... Actually, wait. Oh, no, it's completely not flipping back and forth. Is that... That might be a completely separate issue. I might have to quickly double check that, like... This electric floor has some code that, yeah, runs in the editor that has it toggle back and forth. I forget whether this is hooked up to the... let me double check. When I go into play mode, is the one in the level working properly? It is. Okay, never mind. My theory was that I thought my code that, like, when you're in the hub world, it turns off stuff in the level. I thought that I maybe turned off these hazards. Looks like that's not the case. Oh, wait, it's also... I'm able to see the actual particles, where before it was not doing that, because I thought it was right on the, where the player was, but okay. And you, now you're working, why must you do this to me? Was this broken because, I don't know, something, I don't know, I don't have answers, whatever, okay. This is just getting, like, I had thing A that I wanted to work on, that was my goal of this stream, and this has just been doing side stuff the stream. Great. Woo. Love that. Alright, let's, I have this barely duct taped together enough for now that I think this is something I might have to do some Googling on, and even just, I don't know, if I update Unity, it just fixes itself. I am on version 2023.2.51, which is a more, beta version of Unity, I believe, isn't there? Let me double check. Or, sort of. Even if I just rolled back to, like, I mean, I don't have a particular reason necessarily of why I'm in the version of Unity that I'm in, more just, like, updating regularly as you do. I could roll back and hope that things randomly fix themselves. Oh, like this particular thing. You need to roll back to, like, 2022 point whatever. But, yeah, if I want to go to the latest, like, long-term support thing. Actually, you know what? I don't want this to cause more problems. But you know what? Just because I have a 2022 version of Unity installed, I just want to quickly see if this can happen to just randomly solve this problem. Because either I'm worrying about it now, or I'm worrying about it later off-stream, and potentially hours of randomly Googling stuff and whatever. If this can quickly solve this, then I don't have to worry about it. And if this doesn't solve it, then we'll move on. So the actual thing that I wanted to be messing around with is that when the hub world itself moves to go from level A to level B, I wanted to actually, package, I didn't want to have that be an issue. Oh, I'm going to hope that that's not going to be a massive issue. I have to deal with that right now. What packages do I use currently in this project? Not many, I don't believe. No, that does not look promising. Oh no, I might have to like delete the library folder, have it rebuild. That would take a lot longer. I was hoping to not be doing that here and now. I do have this project backed up on GitHub, so like rolling back the me changing Unity version. I don't need to roll back all of it. I just roll back specifically some project stuff or packaged stuff. Anyways, well, loading from one level to the other, I wanted to introduce a more a better like in between loading screen scene kind of thing that it exists in while the sort of level B is loading, and then better handle how the hub world goes from its like end position of one area to its beginning position of another area, yeah, that just behave a lot better. Right now it one frame like teleports across a very significant distance, and that's messing up some things with the camera and with the player itself, especially imagine like while the player's like in motion, it's going to introduce more problems. So if the hub world can more smoothly like almost turn around and go back and then get to the entry position it's supposed to be in and then load into the level properly, and doing that under the mask of like a big, like it going through almost like a sea of clouds would be the sort of graphical thing I'd like to have, but it doesn't need to get to that point at the moment. Why is this taking longer to open than I thought it would? Okay, I regret my decisions. I thought it'd be quick, like, oh, just downgrade real quick. I'm sure it'll be fine. No. This is re-importing all the models and stuff. Oh, no. Well, this is a bit of a problem, ain't it? I mean, like, I must be like, oh, while that's loading, I can start attempting. I mean, I can attempt to blindly code some stuff. Something that's not. Wait, I changed something in. Oh, I removed that. That's not a thing. Okay, so if I'm to blindly code some things, this code doesn't matter. This is the when we first go into play mode, the setup, whatever level that we're in. Sure, this is the code that more matters. This level transition thing. There's also this fade skybox thing that ain't functional right now, but that's okay. I more want to focus on the loading of the scenes themselves, I guess. Okay, so level to activate. Blah. Okay. Deal with that in just a minute. So here, we set that the hub world is in flight, and other things use that to be like, oh, the hub world's in flight, you know, do less. Hub world, we currently have the hub world being kinematic while you're just interacting with it normally. I don't know if long term if that'll be the case, because I kind of want it to be like, oh, it's whatever, like hovering airship thing, having it kind of like bob up and down, even the different parts of it kind of bobbing up and down at different rates. And it can't just do that through animation, because you're going to be, you know, a physicsy player that's moving all along it. So I think it needs to, like, you know, do that through more physical means. I mean, it can be kinematic and then, like, move itself in, like, by, like, you know, RB.move position. Would that cause weirdness? It might. Not sure. That'd be the thing that we have to play around with. Anyways, we'll come back to that. That's more like polish on this, that we need other more important parts working first. We deactivate the cannon that goes into levels. That makes sense. We get the old spring to hub. Why do I get that? Oh, wait. Why do I bother disabling this? I guess I do, so I'll leave it like this. This is the, like, the cannon that would launch from... Well, I mean, I think I might have to do this. By the way, some code on it breaks with the draw path stuff, maybe? I don't know. I'll leave that there. This is the spring that would launch us from the end of the level into Hub World, so, like, okay, yeah. Then we find the old exit point. Fly away from old level. Oh, because the level that we're leaving, we find the exit point of it. And this is a game object that's not pretty, but, like... Actually, yeah, there's definitely things I could do to have that be... have some code on it. Be like, there's only going to be one of these in existence ever, or at any given time. So have it be a static variable that it just gets that it gets through it being a static reference would definitely be better than a game object not find. Then we get some distances, and yeah, for now I just go rb.velocity, haha, move towards where you need to go. And right now it is just a very linear moving thing. I would like it to be a lot cooler later. With this, you know, airship flying away, it would be cool if it, like, I don't know, moved more along a spline of some kind, like, so that it could, like, you know, starting point, entry point, it could kind of, like, you know, turn and not just move in a straight line. But for now, like, this is what it does. Because then, like, leaving the level, if it left it in a more, you know, cool way, it actually leaning might not be a thing I can do, because that would, you know, throw the player off of it potentially. That would have a whole lot of issues. But yeah, we said it's velocity, and then we see how far we are from it. And then why do I calculate the distance there? Why is it? Oh, I guess because I use it twice, and I didn't want to have vector through distance, blah, blah. Okay, I can see why I did that, I suppose. If it's between these values, then, you know, keep doing that until that. Then I do this, then I pause it. I sort of go, yeah, everybody, velocity being to 0. We unload the previous level, so now it's gone. So what should be happening is, almost before because once we unload this level, then, like, you'd see it disappear behind you. What should happen is, before we get to this point, maybe when we're, like, halfway to the hub exit point, that's when we should enter this kind of sea of clouds to mask that we are, you know, doing scene loading, right? And maybe I expected that. We're gonna hope that's not gonna be a problem. No material in this is super complicated. It's mostly just solid colors, so hopefully that's gonna be fine. Like, okay, so I'm hoping that really, eventually I hopefully make, you know, some cool graphical looking, you know, sea of clouds kind of thing, or, you know, fog, whatever. For now, maybe I just make an inverted cylinder that just, it's white, pretend that these are clouds, and then work with that. Is this having errors? Oh, I'm waiting for this to, this is doing, oh no. Nav mesh stuff is having issues, so that's not what I would have thought would be having problems. That's funky. What I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna do real quick. I don't have to delete the whole library folder. I think if I just delete package cache, it'll rebuild it. Can I do that while this is open? This might do weird things. Let's find out, shall we? Knowing that I have the project backed up, I can mess around a bit more comfortably and not think that I'm gonna ruin everything. Where's package cache is there? All right, bye-bye. And okay, actually, you can't fully delete it because this is open. Yep, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, try again. It's deleting stuff. Cool. All right, we're gonna see if that causes issues. I'm hoping it kind of just like re-import things for the proper version that it's on, and then just fix itself and be fine. The fact that it was a Unity package pairing. I might even do I don't think I'm actually using any nav mesh stuff in this project either. I might eventually be, but not right now. Anyway, okay, so, okay, so before this point, it should be loading in, is this, so, okay, this, like, okay, what I'm trying to figure out, do I even need an in-between scene, or is deloading the previous scene and just having the hub world scene exist on its own gonna be fine? I don't know, that's, we're gonna see kind of thing. I think for now I want to try having an in-between scene that it fully loads, that would deal with maybe more graphical stuff that's of interest that's like happening on during the in-between, while it's like fading skyboxes and like all that kind of stuff. Potentially having other stuff in it that I don't necessarily want in the hub world scene at all times necessarily. But if I say I want like graphical stuff of some sea of clouds that envelops the hub world, that would need to happen. Oh, actually, I'm about to say that needs to happen before we deload this scene. If before I deload the scene, load up the sort of loading screen type scene, and that has, you know, sea of clouds stuff, and this exists at the same time as the old level, it does what it's doing, and then we deload the other scene. Is that fine to do? It might be. I think it's worth a shot. A thing I'm gonna try to do. So, yeah, we're gonna very specifically go, but like loading into it might, is it gonna have issues? I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? So load scene asynchronous. I'm gonna call it loading scene instead of loading screen. It's not a loading screen. It's not covering the thing. It's like a loading bar. It's like the scene that we use to load between other scenes. I don't know what. It's more just an internal thing. This won't be shown to the user at all. So load scene asynchronous, and I guess we have to wait until, well, it does need to be fully loaded. We need to be fully in the clouds before we deload. Like, right now I have like, oh, the distance of once we've hit the sort of end area, the area that's sort of meant to be, you know, that we're out of this level, that we're in the whole loading screen stuff. That needs to happen. Actually, hold on. So, I was gonna say that we need to have loaded the whole cloud stuff before we deload this scene. But on top of that, we also need to have done that before we reach the point of, you know, we need the clouds and stuff to be there before we've left, or before we've hit the hub exit point, because otherwise there'll be a very noticeable stop, all right? Where it's like, oh, hey, the thing's still over there, we're loading away, right? I'm just trying to think of, hypothetically, I need to do some solution that, like, no matter how long it takes to load, if you have a really, like, you know, not good machine, it takes 10 hours to load a level, like the worst thing, it needs to still work and, like, be able to comfortably look decent, and hypothetically. I mean, there's gonna be some performance issue on just trying to have functional physics stuff going on while, you know, moving around or whatever, but we'll see. So, how do I want, actually, well, okay, while I'm just, oh no, are you gonna still be having issues? Oh, I hope not. If you are, then we're gonna try just jumping back to modern. Oh no, why? I was hoping that they wouldn't. Then we're gonna just try jumping back to the version it was in before. I guess I'll have to live with it. Oh no. Are you having issues with specifically? No, issues of why? Weird. And that's gonna try to, like, that's not in where I'm trying to use any of this code. This is other stuff. That's fine. Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna just kind of not deal with that. It's possible if I deleted the whole library folder, then I would be able to get away with it, but no, we're not gonna do that. Okay, we're just gonna close it and reopen it in going back to where we were before. Actually, I noticed I happened to, I was in 2023.2.5. I happened to have downloaded at some point 2023.2.13 and never updated the project to this particular one, so I guess I'm doing that now. Okay. So, I'm being indecisive on how I want to split this up exactly, and the best way to go about it, even like in between like placeholder state for now, but then to build towards a more polished version of it later. Like the fact that it just moves in a straight line right now. I can do it based on like a time thing of like wait, have the hub world start flying away, wait 5 seconds, and then load up the clouds, which would be something that kind of would fade in, sort of, or like get more, start more gradual, and then get to the point where you can't, like, the point is you shouldn't be able to like see the skybox through it. You shouldn't be able to see any of the level stuff that you're leaving behind through this. Like you're going through a thick sea of clouds to mask loading level stuff. And then when it's done, then they slowly go away, and whoop-de-doo, surprise, you're in a new area. That is the plan. But right now, I'm waiting for this to load up. I'd almost be preferring to set up some of the scene stuff to do this, but I guess we ain't doing that just yet. Okay, so well, I'm almost considering that this cloud thing could be, rather than loading a whole scene, it could just be loading in a prefab, spawn it, and like if we're going to be going between levels, like, at decent enough speed, I'm almost thinking that this cloud stuff could just be stuff that's a part of the hub world. I'm like, oh, do I, like, because loading a whole additional additive scene to do that, I don't know. I am starting to think, I at first was very cemented in like, yeah, we're gonna have an in-between whole scene that we load that handles this, but I'm starting to more think that the hub manager and like stuff in the hub world should be there, especially because we need some of the stuff to exist, come into play before we leave this level, and then loading this on top of while we're already trying to like deload stuff that from the level that we're leading. This is just additional things on top of it. What's already going to be a very taxing part of the game, especially thinking ahead to when we have a way more, bigger, complicated level that, I don't know, maybe I leave this here for now, but this might just be an empty scene for now. Like, would it have, like, lighting-related stuff in it? I don't know. Unsure. We'll see. This is still taking its sweet time to do that. That's okay, I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking that we do just... I mean, as I said, essentially just want to, mask with clouds. Well, we're, I guess, gonna... No, okay, we're here now. This is gonna be fine. Yep, do that. That's all good. I'm thinking that we just have some game object. I don't need to spawn a prefab and delete it all the time for this. We just have some ready to go sea of clouds that right now is just gonna be like a cylinder, like inside out cylinder type game object that we just turn on and off for now. Public game object, just clouds, sea of cone of clouds. I don't know, whatever. I don't like just clouds. Loading clouds or something like that. So we have that, I guess, hypothetically, and I guess we would just eventually it'll probably have its own script that does stuff, but for now, I guess we're just gonna enable and disable a game object. Where was that? Over here. So I don't want to do this right when we unload the scene. That's too late. If I want it to be slowly fading in, eventually, it needs to happen beforehand. So I think just in here, I need some extra test. What would be the threshold? I either do it based on a time thing, or I do it based on a, I think we get, yeah, I make it an enumerator, start loading clouds. And then, the do stuff. Actually, this start can start with a you'll new wait 4 seconds, this however many, and then this dot set active true. And then we would, when we're done with the loading, we'd have something that would have them slowly fizzle out, stop loading clouds, and in theory this would get called immediately, hypothetically. Or maybe it might wait like 1 second at the beginning or something like that, but I don't know. Set active false. I don't know, make a fade or something. I don't know, something like that. Figuring this out slowly but surely. So rather than here, I guess right before I do this, I could call it immediately here. Start coroutine. Start loading clouds, and then like it can wait. So I don't have to do a test in here. Just do it based on a time, and it's probably fine. It'd be like roughly when we're like halfway out of the level, which actually might be arbitrary because some exiting level paths might take longer than others. Now that I think about it, ooh. So should it be done more on a when we're like close enough to the distance, but like not all the way there? Because our speed, and right now the hoverworld kind of goes at a fixed speed. When I have it entering or exit, like sometimes at different speeds, and right now it's gonna be kind of the same. Now right now I have a consistent speed, so okay, I guess yeah, doing it by like distance left might be best. So I guess here I calculate the distance. Go if make some variable that's like start loading clouds or something. Like how far away do we have to be from the exit level area to start loading the clouds? I think that might be more consistent. Now how far away, I don't know, we'll get to it, but something like that hypothetically, and then go if distance is less than that. Yeah. Oh, this last distance is used to like, oh, if we like overshot where we were trying to go or something, it just makes sure that like, we didn't overshoot this 0.1, I guess. Because other, that can be disastrous. What I could maybe do is like, once it's hit where it needs to go, it could like just hold this velocity if it needs those extra frames, but I'm not sure about that. Once it's here, though, I guess we'll have it go start, coroutine, start to load clouds, which, now that we triggered a proper, like, way there, this doesn't necessarily need a yield here, but I think the actual activating process will be some kind of fade where over the course of many frames it will become more visible. So right now we're just going to have, like, that, which doesn't look like it makes sense, but it will eventually, hopefully. Anyway, okay. So we do that. It does its thing. Eventually, we cut out of the while loop. Right now, we like have it that we stop the thing's velocity. Unload the scene. Then right now, this is wait some arbitrary amount of time. Well, I mean, it does seem to help a little bit to like separate a little bit the unloading, the work that comes with like unloading the previous scene, deleting all those game objects, having some bit of time between then loading in the new scene, and thinking ahead of eventually we have like a more larger, complicated level, then, this will have more that it needs to do, more that's going on or whatever. But only once this is done, when we're here, then I can go, yeah, stop loading clouds and do that stuff. Yeah. Sorry, this was a coroutine. Start coroutine. Yeah. And yeah. Okay, back to. Can I actually? You're still. Or no, that's because of the code changes I just made. Okay, we're back. Wow. So if I'm to make the most temporary, basic, make an inside-out capsule real quick, just loading clouds or whatever, and just a white inside-out cylinder. Do I have a good just test temporary thing here? What I think I might do is, well, I did not mean to copy the folder. I was gonna copy a. Actually, this glowing white is actually... do I want it to be glowing? Would I have it be more of a gray? I'm gonna make it its own thing. I might change it more from just being what it needs to be for some basic color thing that I have from these. Cloud white. Or just could make them more gray or whatever. Loading clouds. Put that onto there. I need you to be inside out. You are not having any kind of collision. This is gonna, like... Actually, will this be inside out for it being all -1? I'm not actually sure if... I could have it... the material stuff, have it, like, render from... back or something, maybe? Or I could make a... The easy thing would be make inside out Blender model. I get that, but I was hoping I could get away with the most quickest way of not doing that. I also don't know how big you're going to necessarily need to be. It's going to need to be big enough to encompass the entire hub world and with extra space. Then hopefully it'll have some cool shader later on that has it do more stuff. If it's too big, though, then it's cutting through to, like, the level that we're leaving. That's why we're flying far away and then loading up the clouds, hypothetically. So, and also this should be parented under that, I guess. So that's not enough. How can I, like, what's the quickest... Oh, right, that's part of the material. You know, just, yeah, do that for now. That's fine. Yes. So, just that. That is something. I was hoping you could, like, would having a mission be a thing I want? I don't want it to be so blindingly bright. Like, this is obviously, like, very much a test thing. And, you know, having any kind of material would be better. Do I have any quick, like, I don't know, that's funny. That's not at all what I want. Actually, a black and white version of that would be not the worst thing. Funny enough, but again, not what I actually want. I was just saying, like real quick. Oh, ooh, can I make use of something like this? Why am I not seeing any of that? Okay, fine. Not gonna be a picture that's gonna behave nicely. Ooh, that's a normal map that should not be used in this way. But if it's gonna work enough as like a temporary test thing, then you know what? Who am I to stop it? Ooh, that's yeah, it's gonna be trying to have some color to it, so let's not have it do that. Like some blue, you know what? It can be more of a stormy thing. And then what, like this to then might be mostly bright, but am I putting too much effort into a test thing? Kinda. It might be a test thing we're rolling with for a while. So, there's that. Okay, good enough as a test thing, I guess. Jeez. Can I... Actually, what happens if I then give it a normal map of the same thing? What happens? Oh, it does not like it. Or maybe it can handle it a little bit. Oh, no. Can I exaggerate the height and have that do funky things? I don't know. It rendering from the like the back faces might be messing with it. There's a decent chance of that, but whatever. This is, and obviously I can see it doing that there, but as a temporary thing. Let me just see how this is looking like in play mode. Materials figure themselves out. Okay. Wow, I can pretend that that's anything. I guess it's better than a solid color. Oof. Between streams, I might try to whip up something that's like still placeholdery, but just better in the short term. All right, get your reference there. That load distance, I don't know if that is going to even be any of what I want it to be, but we'll see. I guess to start, I guess on first frame it should definitely be off. Unless, no, it should definitely start off. I was gonna say, like, should start by doing a transition in. No, that'll make it longer to test things going into play mode if I need to wait a bunch of time to then go into the level, unless I load directly into the level scene, but still. Okay, so just seeing that, I go to play mode and it is off, and then I guess I can already test that if I press confirm, then wow, look at those clowns. That, oh, and then I load into scene, it was, oh right, because I start trying to get rid of it immediately. This should have a, and it should immediately start to fade out. For now, what I'm going to do is put like a 0.5 or whatever. Oh, no, I said 0.5. 0.5, okay. And then have it load out, I suppose. Okay, so that's thing one. I guess. We haven't actually, I put the random counter thing of like, oh, how many times I randomly, like, you know, fell off the level thinking that would happen more as I'm testing things, but it hasn't yet. Haven't been flung off wildly too much just yet, like in that. Also keep that side. The level that we're going into is over there. I almost want to make a bigger thing out of that test level 2 so you can see it more coming up. Or, actually, you know what I can do as a temporary thing? What's that thing? That's level B. I could just have the, like, our entry and exit points just not be as far away. It's more, I don't know, obvious. I don't even see it more up close. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I could have it. Yeah, I kind of liked it being on the other side just for like showing off that, hey, the level we're going into doesn't always have to be on the same side. Oh, hey, look, there it is. It's concerning if it's too close, like that has problems. Oh, I think this scene doesn't have. My test button wasn't working for that, but okay. Oh, I guess that's fine. Sure. Anywho, okay, so yeah, it's also much more shallower angle, but that's fine. Anyways, wow, there it is. So if I leave it now, yeah, away we go. Why did that start up so quick? Is 50, you know, significantly less than I'm thinking that it is? Hold on, let me. Actually, think I've been meaning to just turn off for a while. On the player singleton, there's this. You have an icon that I don't want you to have. Okay. Getting in the way. Okay. Over here. On play mode. Test level A. I just want to double check that, like on one hand, 50 is not a lot, but also it's a lot, but also, like, how soon these clouds should be, like, coming up versus when we're actually at the level. So what, this is at 500, and this, no, this is at, wait, the Z, that's about 1,000 away, yeah. So, no, 50 is not that much compared to that. Did I just do this wrong? If the distance, which would be like 500 or 1,000, whatever, is less than distance to start loading clouds, which was 50. If it's less, then start the. Oh wait, it's gonna be starting it up multiple times. Oh, that's actually a problem. Fenberg, Zogromi, hello, hello, welcome back. Right, this should only do this once, of course. So I guess, I mean, an easy thing I can do is be like, if the clouds aren't already active, I guess. Active south, I suppose. Not ideal, but whatever. Okay. I did some research. Ooh, cool. Yeah. What kind of research? Well, I'm assuming with the problem you're describing that you were trying to figure out with the Java C++ stuff. Hope that went well. Why is this activating? Wait, what? No, yeah, why is that activating so soon? That's not a distance thing, right? That's just... Oh, because I have it double. I moved it over. I didn't move it. I copied it. Oh, whatever. Okay. Very well. Very well, then. Be that way. Okay, this. Yeah. Would actually help more, I've just realized. Huh. If I just had... the thing for test level B is here. If you saw test level B there, in the test level A, it was there. I just realized that that would not solve my issue, but like, in this, like, when we have a much smaller level, it would make it more obvious that, hey, we're actually coming up on something. So that being said, I'm actually going to swap these. Just, yeah, because actually, I only just realized that now. After how many streams of messing with these? So, like, from here, like, hey, there's that over there. From this. I've considered of whether a more, like, polished version of this, of whether I want to, like, make... Oh, I forgot, this moves really fast. Whether I want to make a more, like, the floor be more like glass or something, so you're seeing through it or something like that, but I don't know, it's the thing that's like, we'll see. Worry about that at another time. I did forget, the hub world does move fast. I guess from here I can't see it leave. There it is. Wow. Also, it arriving at the thing, like, the hub world moving in general should more like speed up and slow down rather than coming to a complete stop exactly, but you know, we'll get there. Found something called Genie that might be useful to solve my problem. Java native interface. Wow. According to guy, benchmarks and Stack Overflow overhead is relatively low. Well, cool. Sounds neat. Yeah, neato. Yeah. Okay, so I'm, what was I saying? A tiny thing I can do to start this, that, like, the velocity, like, I was gonna maybe save this for, like, when we have a better, like, curved motion kind of thing, but I think I could quickly go, like, this decides our velocity. Is there an easy one-line thing I can do to quickly have it, like, build up? Like, I mean, this gets us a direction. I can look at our velocity, have it just slowly, I mean, I guess it could just be a lerp. Yeah. Vector 3 dot lerp between what it is and what it wants to be is this, and then put in some speed. We're gonna go just like that for right now. Actually, like that. That's meant to be a times. Yes. And then I'm gonna take the same thing. This setting it to 0 here is a weird thing. What I might actually do, does this work at all? Actually, I'm gonna get rid of that for a second, which means that once it hits here, it's just gonna keep going. I'm gonna see if I can be okay with that. Once we unload this level, it shouldn't matter because we're gonna be floating above nothingness. Let's see. Where is move? Blah, 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 blah. Where is the down here? Is then moving it the rest of the distance? Which in here, then I can do same thing with that one, and like that might help, like just have things look a little bit better for right now. Just small steps towards it being better. So is this gonna? Well, I have no reference point because I can't see the other level there. Oh, that didn't look like it did that at all. I've also just realized, right, no, so, sorry, oops, this, shoot, I just realized an issue. For the takeoff, this is fine. For the arriving, this isn't so fine. And here, go to, like, this level to just kind of, whoa. I think it's slowly sped up, but, like, not that much. It shouldn't take too long to speed up, but, yeah. The slowing down, it is more important that I do have it stop exactly where it needs to be. So having it, what I could do is, while the distance is less than, I can't as easily go and, because I prefer to be doing this through, like, the velocity, not like an RB move position, have the position lerp towards what it needs to be. Maybe I could do something like, let's see if I can get away with, like, so do the normal movement until you're, let's say 50 away, hypothetically. And then, you can be moving at pretty constant speed. Once you're here, but this lerp might help for, like, changing directions or something, but I guess I'll leave that there. I guess it could start to lerp from whatever it is towards 0. But then I don't, like, that's not going to give me super big amount of confidence that's going to get to 0 by the time that it's there. I mean, it can start to slow down, and then once it reaches, oh no, there's definitely a better way to do this, but to, like, set the velocity. Well, effectively, I don't have to do this like or whatever. I could be setting more of an, here's what the acceleration would need to be to apply to this velocity. There's definitely, like, the physics-y formulas that I could do to, like, do this. This is like grade 10 physics here, where you can, like, oh, these positions have velocities, accelerations, here's what blah needs to be for blah 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 to become blah. But whether I'm going to be able to apply it nicely here is a separate question. What time is it? It's 11. Okay. I am getting a little bit lower on time. I expected this to be a shorter stream, but I didn't expect for so much of it to be messing with weird saving loading stuff. Okay. I'm missing a lot of messages. Oh no, oops, I will catch up. On his machine there was 0.37 microseconds overhead per function call. That is numbers, I have no frame of you say before that it seems fast, so I'm going to take your word that it's fast, but I have no frame of reference of how fast that is compared to what are bad numbers for that to be, but it seems fast to me, I guess. What is not an issue if what is not an issue if the function, which I am pretty much all the logic, it has pretty much all the logic for the entire decompiler, but of course it only makes sense to use on the expensive functions. I don't know every detail of JNI yet, so I need to try it when the time comes, so I'm just praying right now, I guess. Do you love when you switch out an entire part of someone's code? Oh yeah. I haven't done that much taking other people's code and modifying it significantly, like a little bit here and there, but not significantly, I guess. Well, with my work stuff, I guess from time to time, but I treat that as a bit different, not getting some random person's code on Stack Overflow and changing it. But obviously writing this entire program is going to take too long. Or I'm going to have to switch out as much of the code as I can. That is a slow run time, but obviously writing this entire program is going to take too long, which is why I wanted to fork it in the first place. Whoa. Yeah, sure. Best of luck with that. Okay. Since my decompiler relies a lot on the heap, I think my decompiler would perform especially bad in Java. Oh no. Yeah, is Java really slow with heaps? I guess is what I'm to infer from that. Yeah, funky, fun. All right, well, yes. Okay, so what are we doing? There's like this would be, I'm finding like harder to like narrow down like exactly what I want to do and like the order of. I have like the big picture of what I want to do, but narrowing that down like now, like what's gonna be good enough for now to get it to be like decent for now. This and just physics stuff. I don't know how worth it is to actually be doing what I'm trying to do right here right now because. Oh wait a minute. Okay, might not do this right this second, but I've just realized something that would be a great resource. Do I even have it still? I'm going to have to dig up this Unity project, but do I not just have it? I won't have this right now, but I have another Unity project where I actually have my swinging monitor stuff with my last like YouTube tutorial that I made and some stuff that I had made that was gonna be working towards the next tutorial that I would make that I just hadn't gotten around to just yet. I do have a bunch of code here with, well, having stuff follow along a path in like a spline manner with nice like speed up, slow down stuff. But this is all just purely moving transforms, which is more complicated. I mean, yeah, complicated. I don't know. That might be a thing I have to come back to. There is like I mean, could I get away with an rb.move position follow a spline like for all this hub world stuff? I don't know. Because with the physicsy player moving along it, I'm more worried for like, can the player handle that well and not fling off into space? I mean, I guess if I don't try, I'll never know. Earth and Goddess, hello, welcome to the stream, and yes, I can stay hydrated, haha. Oh, I'm missing more messages. I meant with the garbage collector. Ah, okay. I don't know 100%. I just imagine that if there's a garbage collector, that there's more overhead when I use the heap a lot of various objects. But if JNI calls my native C++ functions, then I assume that the garbage collector isn't operating on that data. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Possibly. I don't know what. I cannot confirm nor deny. I guess. Yeah. Also, yeah. Hello, Earthing Goddess. We are doing hub world shenanigans. That like the stream started off getting very derailed with. We were dealing with a lot of issues with my saving and loading stuff that we never fully solved. But I'm gonna look into more off stream. It's definitely being like. Unity editor doing some weird stuff between updates, I believe, because short version is a thing of me changing some specifics like inspector like public values and the code not acting like those things changed, but it's like a list buried in a list kind of thing. So like it's weird, but it's weirder that it's just not working. But like it's entirely editor thing, because when I change those values through code, then they update fine. So, yeah, weird stuff that I'm gonna do some Googling and stuff, but, you know, between streams or whatever, but, got it to just, like, barely work enough to move on from it. Right now, we're working on more, stuff with actually, like, having our massive hub world thing. If I can select a level, then level over there disappears, and level over there shows up. Wow. What I was just in the middle of doing a couple seconds ago was having the hub world actually, having the hub world, like, was speed up and slow down a little bit. The speed up is easy. I'm just realizing that the slow down, if I want the hub world to, like, end in an exact position, I guess, like, I mean, I could, for now, as a temporary thing, maybe be fine with it not doing that. If I just quickly go, like, you know, 10, and then, like, until you have a distance of 10, do this, and then have velocity lerp towards, whatever it was to vector 3.0 very fast-ish. Well, even 10 might not be good enough, but let me just, 50. Let's just see what that's gonna do. Until you're very, very close, and then set ridge velocity to 0. This might work enough as, like, a temporary in-between kind of a thing, where, it'll slow down kind of. Might not be exactly in the right position, but right now, actually being in the exact right position isn't the biggest. Yeah, it slows down a bit. It being a little off is something I can deal with for now, but it might eventually long-term cause issues, so it would be ideal if it's exactly where it needs to be and it's not slightly different every time. But right there, I guess that was pretty fine. We'll worry more about that later, I guess. So the next thing I would like to do is... Actually, it was more my main priority, like, what I should be worrying about a lot more. There's, like, the bigger issue of a thing that's happening when we load levels is this. When we... Oh, wait, where'd the clouds go? The clouds stopped. When did that happen? That's a whole separate thing, but on top of that, that sudden jump when we actually, like, go into the new level and whatnot. Oh, what the... Excuse me? Oh, you know what that is? Oh, that's that... This never reaches its target, because of course it doesn't. This should then be just testing if, while, this dot magnitude is greater than, 0.1. Testing for 0 specifically isn't usually great to do. It can cause problems. I guess here I don't even need to test any of this. But the fact that that happened means that it likely didn't make it all the way there, which makes me want to lower this, I guess. Oh, I'm missing a lot more messages. Apologies. I cannot confirm nor deny either. I'm just speculating at this point. Developer moment. I'll worry about that later. Yeah, that's what a lot of this is. I need a class to manage my notes for my decompiler more safely. I plan to make my own iterator just for syntax reasons and also using this class. I will just, it would just be a wrapper on C++ iterators, lol. Sure, if that works. With, like, a lot of this, I also recognize, like, some things that I'm coding are more interesting or less interesting with, me streaming or whatever. I'm trying to save stuff that's going to require me to do more Googling and researching or digging up old code for off stream a little bit. Well, the digging up all code might be different, but I have to, like, go track down what the assets I'm specifically looking for, and upon thinking more about it, I'm not sure how usable it's actually gonna be, as I initially thought. Also, let me set this up to this. I keep changing the resolution here because Unity has the weird thing, or has recently, unless it's decided to suddenly stop happening, but usually it's been the thing of, so I'm on a 4K monitor, so to, like, see this, you know, all full screen, I have to, you know, have the resolution be at full screen, which, like, makes sense, I guess. For some reason, if I have the game view visible and the scene view visible, oh, well, maybe it's not happening now. Usually, it'd be very common that the performance would just take a nosedive for some weird reason until I turn this back down to, like, normal, like, you know, 1920 by 1080p. I don't know why, but that's been the thing that has usually consistently happened. And it'd be so significant that I'd notice, like, my webcam start to, you know, lose frames and stuff. That's why I'm waving my hands to see, do I see smooth motion or not? Right now, it doesn't seem to be happening, but I don't trust it. Anyway. Okay, anywho. So, what are we doing? I want to focus more, or actually, first of all, let me just check. Was this still working? The cloud's showing up? What happened to the cloud? Okay, thing number one, fix the, where'd the cloud go? Because it should have, whether it shows up or not is from up here. Wait. No, it's from here. If the distance to start loading clouds is 50, let me see that it actually got in here and that this is true. Oh, whoops. Wait a minute. Oh, this is meant to be the other way around. I never tested that. If it's not active and blah. I'm a fool. I just didn't test for that. I made that small change and then just started working on something else where I never even tested that code was working, which it obviously was not. So, you know, whoops. Okay. When this wants to compile, then our clouds will be working. And like, yeah, it really does. Actually, the more I look at it, the more that, like, in this placeholder does not look very good, but, you know, we'll work on it. So, okay, kind of clouds, whatever, sure. Is there a quick, easy way I could just have it fade in, fade out? Because that would be the more ideal thing. Yeah, sort of. Even then, still very, like, placeholdery. I don't know. Like, I don't know if eventually this is more of a particle system kind of thing that's making some kind of, like, cloud-looking particle type thing. It needs to be solid enough that you can completely, like, not see through it. Layers would help, for sure. But it's not something I'm too worried about at this stage. I more want to just, but there are things that are higher priority, I guess. Anyways, so like, the thing that I should be doing that is more higher priority is that during this, it's, also, actually, wait, is the 50 too little? Really? Oh, I guess because it's traveling 1,000. Yeah, 50 is like nothing for the speed that it's going. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Hold on, this, be 100. I want the clouds to kind of be there a little bit longer. In theory, the longer a scene takes to, a level takes to load, the longer it'll be up. The fact that it's only there for a second means it's loading fast. That jump that's happening, that obviously should not be happening. Let's see what I can do to, like, lessen it for now with the idea of making it non-existent later on. So that jump right now is happening because in one frame, the hub world is jumping like 1,000, 2,000 meters, really, to, you know, the other side of the map to go from the previous level's exit point to new level's entry point. And when that happens, the player and the camera don't exactly tag along as well as they should. Is this where I move the... Oh, wait. Oh, this is where I move the stuff. Wait. This is something that I should, that I should change based on how I've changed other stuff. When we, wanted to get the player to, like, when I go into play mode in the hub world scene, the player and the camera move up where they're supposed to. That's because of this, and that's because of stuff in here. That we went through a whole lot of stuff to change properly. Part of the... Actually, even change this to being kinematic, right. Would I do that, though? I don't want to do that, like... I don't... If I can get away with it. This I can get away with partially because it's happening, like, on, you know, the first frame or whatever. This is a thing I can try, but I'm not super confident is going to work. Is this... Where's this hub offset? Oh, that's there. Okay. Let me just take this. And down... Where are you? Here. You do this. That's that. Where do I actually move the hub world? Where is that happening? Oh, sorry, no, transfer in a position that is moving the hub world. Yeah, and then move player to spawn, if I just go in there, is this. That I don't want to call move player to spawn, because it'll move to the spawn. I want to, like, take some of what this is doing, but change it significantly. Okay, so hub offset that. This is what moves the player. Okay. Sorry, wait. The code that I... Wait. Hold on. The code that I copied just now was this. The code that was here before was this. Yes. Yes. And even this moving the parent of the player, that's like the whole player singleton thing that once upon a time might have moved the player and the camera and everything that's associated, but now not so much like needed, not so much the case. I don't need to move the parent at all now, I think. Or no, let me I'll get to catch up in chat in just a second. Let me just try to finish this off. I can level that. I might wait. How is this not used there? This is. Oh, the hub spotting. That is the hub offset for where the hub needs to end up. That's different than when we're going into a new level, and it's the equivalent of this. Yeah, right. That's. Well, yeah, that's that. So now, well, yeah, duh, these lines are the same. Okay, so like I do that, but I'm more was looking at the order of me doing things. Here, I really move the player, and then the hub itself. Like that's what I happen to do, and that might be causing some issues. But okay. Let me just directly set this to in here. That's fine. Okay. So that's moving that, sure. The player in player.by transfer.position equals dis and the dis. And I do an RB.move afterwards. And then, oh, the reset the camera. That's what's going to have the camera behave properly. Yeah. Oh, sorry, no, not just transfer.position. Plus, having this offset, I guess, is what I'm doing. The rotation, I shouldn't need to update the rotation at all. The rotation stay what it was. Actually, ooh, well... Oh, shoot. No, it hypothetically could be different. Right now, it happens to be the same. If the hub world is entering from a new angle, and in one frame the hub world does this, I would want to... Oh, that's... How would I... I guess... How would I add... the rotation of the hub world? So, like... Something, don't for rotations, don't you kind of multiply them? Wouldn't I go like, transfer.rotation times what it was? Doesn't that like sort of like take one and then rotate us to the other? Or it might need to be the other way around. We'll see. Not sure about that. This move needs to match. Actually, can I get away with just a one-line it? Sort of do this and do this. This is like this, because sometimes the in between one frame and another, the rigid body and the transform can be like slightly like a sort of delay in one moving to the other. So this, I think, like remember me putting this in correctly is to sort of counteract that. Reset camera, I'm gonna hope is gonna be fine on its own. It might be, or it might not actually. This might. I might need to do more of a conditional reset thing. Yeah, this might have issues, but we're just gonna see what happens. I might need to more manually just move some stuff internally in the camera based on the fact that we were sort of teleported. Well, we're gonna see. Oh, when did this get mined? Okay. So now, in theory, this should be able to go away, right? Yeah, I'm gonna comment it out for now. So I'm not super confident that this is going to work and do any of what I want it to do, but let's find out. Will the player get launched off at high speeds? Once it compiles, I will read chat while it, where did I leave off? Like the syntax will be something like a function that starts the syntax will be something like a function call that starts iterating, and then I can do a while loop that would look like this while node equals get iterator. I hope this will work how I think it does. Hope so. The prob needs to change. The name probably needs to change, but the idea is that the function returns the current node in the loop, assigns node to it, then checks if the node is not true, not null. Hence, and then it since it's managed by the class, any deletion on the node, the loops will work fine too. I had some issues and bugs with how I managed this array, so that's why. And I thought I'd just do something more safe rather than try to fix bug for now. Yeah, I get that. I mean, right now I'm trying to do a thing that's going to potentially be easier than like the long-term what I'd like to be in a more polished state. All right, is the player going to get launched? I'm going to say yes. Ha! There we go. Okay, finally get to actually update that counter. Oh yeah, and we're no. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely not good. So what actually happened specifically there? We didn't go where we were supposed to, but like how? In what specific way? Let's find out here. So, I don't know, over here. This counter is now finally going to be getting updated a lot. Okay, level is off on its journey. It does this. There be the clouds, and then it reaches there. We unload previous thing. Everything's fine so far. Oh, it's still. I thought I didn't stop its velocity there. Maybe I should go back to doing that. That might be introducing its own issues. In one frame, yeah. Wait. The player looks like the player moved to the ground. What the heck? Before I even go anywhere forward, is that something I did wrong? Hold on. I didn't actually read what this was doing. I just copied the offset based on like what I thought that it would be doing. Moving the player. Why? Oh, also wait. How long has this been transferred up? Body.transferred up position. That's very incorrect. Is that a symptom of code that I copied from somewhere else? Or is the move to spawn doing that? This body is a transferred up player.body is my shorthand for getting the player's transform. So that does the exact same thing. Yeah. Okay, so it's a separate thing that I then just blindly copied without looking at too closely. I mean, that doesn't change how it runs, but it's a tiny thing that like shouldn't be that way. And that too, and that too. Okay. I might not worry about the rotation part just yet. The player might be turned slightly the wrong way, but like come back to that. Just a lot of little like other things that gotta get working first, one at a time. So I moved the hub thing. Follow that up by moving the player to that plus this offset plus. Oh, you know what? This offset should be calculated beforehand, right? Because it's not going to know that afterwards. Yeah. All right. Vector 3 player hub offset equals this guy. It's like the offset at the time of moving, so I can't really calculate this beforehand. Calculate this offset, do the move, and then now you have that afterwards. Yeah, okay. And I don't know how much I need this. And you know, I'm gonna also just shorten this to just worry about the position for right now. Oh, move position. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what this is gonna do. Oh, did I fall off again? I think I might have. I wasn't paying attention. I was gonna in the next frame. So whatever. I'll update that more so that counter actually gets to do more rather than being 1 for most of the stream. Oh wait, hold on. Where is? So I had I'd rather the Polish part is next to Ukraine. Ukraine. Geography. This part is very small for its there's not a bottleneck, so I can practically just do what I want with this data right now. Linear search instead of binary search, no problem. Gaps in the array that will be skipped in the loop, no problem. Yeah, my player getting launched out to infinity, kind of a problem, a little bit, depending on how you look at it. And there's the city of Warsaw, that next to Worcestershire. All right, is this gonna work? I'm gonna guess still no, but let's see how it fails this time. Still launched. All right, great. Again, I ask why. Well, this is great. Before we were at least staying on the thing. And the player, I don't think it was being seen, but the player, I believe, was getting moved a little bit. It wasn't as seamless as it should be. I've considered whether I want to, instead of 1 frame launching the hub world from here to here, whether I smoothly move it from here to over here and then load in the level, but then I would need to in advance get the information of that vector 3 of like the level that we're loading into of like where the start thing needs to be, but then also just to physically take time to move here over there. So it would be the best thing for it to 1 frame move over if possible. But yeah, I ain't doing that. Okay. You're there. Where is the player? Why is the player in midair? Did the player actually go to the right place at all? Oh, the player is just not at all in the right place. That's not good. Wait, is it the player or is that just the... Sorry, that's just the transition curtain thing. That doesn't matter. The player is here. Where are you? Where did you go? Oh, yeah, okay, so you're just going to the wrong place. You're falling, but... Yeah, so, okay, let me look at closer to what I actually did. Transfer to opposition is of the hub world. Did I get... Oh, dot parent. Oh, that's the thing I meant to swap. Yeah. Yep, okay, those are inconsistent. Okay. That makes sense. Let's try that again. Technically, the player didn't fully fall. Whatever, they were about to. I'll do it. I'll press the button. They were frame 1 into flying off into the distance. Okay. How about now? Yeah, and this is tiny in the corner, but I'm more looking for, like, here, just seeing that. Oh, hey! Sort of. I believe we stuck to the thing, but that's not good enough. I need the player to be in the, like, I think we moved back a little bit. I prefer the player to be exactly same position where they were. Oh, see there, we went flying a little bit. That's not supposed to happen. But it's hard to figure out how to get it not to when we're considering, you know, moving everything that we're moving. Yes, so, and this is a problem because, like, this is such a fast-moving thing. On other, this is relating to some of our moving platform code, but it has the issue of, sort of has the issue of that, if we have a slow-moving moving platform, being slightly off in, like, the velocity or whatever doesn't, you know, see it, where this is something that's so big, moving so fast, so far, that problems are happening. It's also, it is possible that in the frame that the thing moves, that then the player is trying to inherit that velocity that it thinks that it had. So I could go back to trying to, right as we go to move the thing, going rb.velocity equals vector 3.0. One frame of it being 0, maybe it might not be, like, and waiting till after we, like, move. I guess all the way down to here, where then we'd set it because of this. I don't want to make it less and then make it more. Unsure. So this is a tricky thing to, like, to get this to be all fine-tuned. Also, someone has come to say hello again. Hello, miss. Whoa. The real star is here. Every time I walk by, I'm obligated to hold her up in face of camera. And yep, yep, there be the emotes. She can be on desk for a little bit. Yeah. She doing good. Right up against the microphone. Okay. Alright, so what am I doing here? How do I want to handle this? Like, I don't know if in a more polished version of this, like, if I will be having this one frame teleport, and that would be, like, the most perfect world thing that's going to cause less problems later, or actually it could cause more problems if we have other things in the hub world that need to not mess up. Moving it slowly across... But, like, moving it slowly from where, like, the end thing to the start thing also has its own problems. Because, like, it would need to, like, either it's going to start moving backwards, but through a sea of clouds where you can't tell or whatever. Or it needs to, like, turn around, go over there, and then turn around again, which also isn't great. Also, the time it would take to physically do that might be unnecessary. I don't know. Am unsure. And again, I can't really get away with, like the hub world needs to move. I can't have the hub world sit still and it's the level that moves away, because then I won't be able to easily mark everything in the level as static. That just has its own set of issues. I'd prefer it being the hub world that does all the moving and the level itself stays static. Oh, she's moving. She's on the move. Oh, she goes that way. Yeah, that she wants down. Oh, hey, gotcha. And down you go. Yeah. Alright. She had her desk time. She's off. But yeah, problems. Well, it's just this. I don't think it's getting me enough. One thing. Okay. Let me try that again. Something I'm making a pretty big assumption on that I should go and confirm that it is working how I think it actually is before I. Yeah, have a big old problem. Actually. So like okay. Okay, yeah, I will go do that. Over here under, or the player surface, bam. Is part of why it's moving, the big like thing that it is it like having a one frame inheriting of velocity that is wrong, some like massive amount because of the one frame, you know, jump. Let me see if I can confirm that. And also, the camera will need more to it to not, other than just having the reset camera thing. Because it's gonna need a more special thing to somehow be like, hey, you moved because of a teleport. Go back to where you should be relative to the player. Oh. I mean, or does it just need to update? The thing that we lerp to like follow the player. It just needs to update that, but more exactly. Yeah, there is a lot of things that teleporting the player in this manner does. There's a lot of little things to it that's, yeah, funky. That just slowly moving the player all the way over. The whole hub world over. Oh, whoa. Right, yeah, you're in flight. Yep. I don't have to wait until. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this over here. Press continue while breakpoint not there. I'm gonna try to put a breakpoint at the right time. Yeah. Okay, in a second, it's gonna. Oh. In a minute. This frame is a frame where we have moved. Once, no, did breakpoint? It did. Okay, what is the velocity of the hub world? 0.23. Okay, that's like, I think a normal velocity that makes sense. And then it's saying that, yeah. Oh, wait. That's the negative. Oh, this is it already teleported. I'm a frame late, I think. Yeah, and this is basically gonna be unchanged. Okay, so I didn't. Let me. I think I'm just gonna have to try that again. Sort of. Didn't get the information I was hoping to see. So I just do this. Just wait a second for it to arrive. Do this. Actually, I'm gonna wait and then like just to have it be consistent. I'm gonna do the teleport at the slight movement, whatever. Then yeah, and then. Do this and then quickly breakpoint. Oh, I was late. No, I misclicked. No. Hold on. Go back. Okay, fine. Well, actually, what would be the better, the easier thing to do? What I'm trying to do is wait, pause. Okay, I'm gonna like go through so many frames before it's gonna happen, but whatever. Do that. It's already at breakpoints be happening. Hold on. Actually, if I put it... Here's what I can do. Breakpoint... Here, right when we get to, like, the last frame of, like, you know, when the teleport happens. And I just spam continue until this one runs. Nope, not you. Spam it until the other one runs. But it's gonna be so many frames, though. Or no. Sorry, better thing I do. Wait for the other thing to run, this, and now I want to see the immediate next frame of this. I would have liked to see the frame before, but whatever. I guess it's fine. So now, you have it go through that, now just come back here for the next frame that it... Oh. Wait. Yeah, no. I said continue. And now you're back here. This should be the frame where it moved. Oh, the velocity is looking normal. Oh, but this is... Well, yeah, it's after it moved. That makes sense. Okay, so maybe it isn't having a one frame of having a ridiculously high velocity, I guess, which it shouldn't. Oh, here's the thing I can try that I haven't done. I just moved the... Yeah, I just do a transfer deposition thing for the parent, the hub world thing. I should also do a dot, whoops. Whoa, dot move position for it as well, maybe? That might have things link up better or something. I could also maybe... I don't want to, like, set them both kinematic for a frame and then move them and then set them to not be kinematic. If I can help that. Wait! Oh, did that do it? Wait a minute, whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. Either it worked or it was very, or like, or if we moved like a tiny bit, that's fine. I can live with that. We launched like more significantly across than I would like to. Whoa, is it really just that? Oh yes, oh I'm loving if that's the case. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, beautiful, perfect, fantastic. Next, the camera, the rotation of the player, but it'll be easier to like tell that that's correct if the camera is more proper. So the camera does all of this when it resets. Yeah. Shoot. So what to reset? What to reset instead? So this wouldn't change. The only thing that needs to change is this start position, actually. And I can't just reset it to this. This will work kind of, but not enough. And actually, I can to double check that I'm partially correct. If I, instead of calling reset camera, just call this. But not on you, on this dot blah and this dot blah. It shouldn't rotate, but it won't have to like sweep across the level to catch up to the player again. However, it will, like, if the player was moving, then it will, like, snap to the player more than I'd like. Wow! Whoa! Look at that! That's... For the first time in this game, we made this, like, hub world or whatever. Obviously, there's still some flicker. That's because of... now that's because of, like, lighting and post-processing stuff and the skybox. But the player doesn't jitter wildly, which is crazy. If I'm mid-movement, are we gonna have problems then? Ooh, we did a little bit. We did a tiny bit, but like, you know, not as much. The camera's gonna... there's actually... Oh, that is more of a stutter-y jump kind of thing than I would, you know, like. But is that... No, that is the frame when it actually is loading, not the jump, right? What happened? Let me just to try a thing. Don't do the jump and the load at the same time. Let's see if that helps. Do this, then wait. You know, wait a full second just to really draw it out. Now the problem with potentially doing this is if where the hub world was in the scene before it like jumps over, could be in the middle, like in the side of a mountain or something, of whatever, potentially over there where, you know, where the hub world isn't supposed to go. This might have to lead to me getting that information early and then moving the player hub over there ahead of time. Ooh. Wait. What frame there was the loading and what frame was the teleporting? Hold on. That was the load, that was the teleport. They're both having their own small jitters. Are they now? Okay. So, what I am thinking that I'm eventually going to have to do, that I'm hoping not to do right this second, is that right now I'm, you know, using this, you use internal stuff to, like, you know, get the scene, do this additive, like, load asynchronously thing, and then when the time comes, then setting it to be active or whatever. I might have to look into more, like, you know, packages, like Unity, like, packages or asset store stuff to maybe have better ways of more gradually loading a level and then, you know, activating it when the time is right. Because, like, I think that kind of stuff can probably exist out there. And then as well, so there's less having to load all at once. Instead of having a scene being all made up of one massive scene, having stuff where what makes up a scene is like, of a level is split into a bunch of smaller scenes that then I can load all one at a time to do it more gradually. That would be the ideal thing, in theory. But, you know, doing that is still going to be, you know, challenging and more monumentous task, and that will require more, like, research and Googling and all that kind of stuff, likely. But I'm anticipating having to do that anyway, especially with, like, right now, what I was hoping is that I could get it to be good enough for now, while the levels are very simple and small, and was anticipating having to do more of that kind of idea when the levels get bigger and more complicated and have a lot more going on. I'm already doing some things to try to minimize how much is in a level, like that, you know, when we load a new level that doesn't have like a player in it that we destroy, we just only spawn the player once. There's some stuff that only gets set up with the level after we interact with the going into level canon thing. But that's a lot more like code stuff. There's just less code that's running, I guess, but still like every little bit can count, especially as the level gets bigger and more monstrous. So there's that. What I'd like to quickly look into next is this rotation thing, though. Just while I'm just doing one thing at a time and didn't finish this exactly. If I load into this, is the rotation going to be fine? Is that the right way of multiplying them around? So that looked fine. I might need to test having the hub world actually be on a different angle. Oh, that's good. It's going to be more problematic to test, I think. But, well, let's see if I can quickly whip something up. Is there... Wait. Is there a camera in this scene? Level overview camera. Whoa, that is old stuff. That doesn't need to be there anymore. That is a relic of... Yeah, this level has, yeah, like, older stuff from even, like, earlier in the game's development. That, like, I just needed, like, another scene to, like, load into that, like, looks a bit different or whatever. Even some stuff with the objective manager that is, more old and obsolete or whatever. Anyway, hub positions. Can I actually try changing the angle that this enters from? If I move this over here, it angles itself based on, like, where this is. I don't need the rotation of these, right? I'm pretty sure. So if I do that, I'm not super crazy confident this is going to work, because I kind of force, like, I've had everything so far be like the hub world is faces and goes in one direction. I haven't had so much yet where, like, the hub world actually, like, you know, turns. But eventually that should be a thing, and I guess right now we're going to test if it's going to at least do a clean 90-degree turn. I'll admit, I'm a little surprised that it... Whoa, that last frame stop was not exactly... how that whatever was supposed to happen there, but okay, I'm surprised that I didn't. Oh, that came later than I thought. Whoa, gosh. Do I count that as 2 launches? You know what? We will. I question what any of that was. Oh no. Yikes. All right. Well, let's try that again to see, like, what happened. The hub manager is over. The whole hub world is here. Sure. In one frame, it should be going here. What is this blue? Wait, that didn't... I thought I... Oh, I turned that off, but I didn't apply the prefix. Whatever. Okay, so ignore that blue. It should be one frame teleporting to this blue. And turning. I don't have it... Wait, I don't have the hub world turning? And then it's moving sideways. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. Okay, as a separate little thing. This is RB move position. The rotation. Wait, do I not have anything that sets the rotation? Oh, I thought I did. That it pointed itself towards where it was going. All right. That might be a thing that, yeah, might not happen now. Might happen later. Especially I do see I actually am getting low on time. Yeah, that's the thing we're gonna hold off on. So, oh, actually now moving these positions back actually won't be that much of a pain, but, like, I can't just control Z because I changed scenes and all that. If I put this back to, like, here and this back to here-ish, gonna make sure they have the exact same X value. Is it 50 or maybe 100 or something? Just to, yeah, have that not be an issue so much just yet. Okay, Blah. Try that again. No launching randomly into the distance. Okay. What is... There's like a frame of something happening there, I think, with when the actual move happens. Hold on here. What are you? Are we moving? Yep. There's some blinking of stuff that isn't ideal. Exactly. Oh, we got launched again. Why did that happen? I was moving. I thought we were past that I was able to be moving in a circle and not get launched. Oh, no. Hey, look, there's the level. Oh, wait, we're... Oh, no. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. For a second, I thought we were, like, at Y0 or something. It looked like it was lower than it should be, but no, that's fine. Interesting that we were so far. Did I accidentally move it way further away than it normally is? Oh, wait, that's the level that we're in. Something should, like, say that, maybe. Like, more clearly if you're on a thing of a level that you're in. Oh, I see some flickering of stuff there. I don't know. There might be, like, more, like, little things that are not great with, I don't know if that's more because of the one level, like, flipping, like, load, or if that's more because of the one frame jumping 1,000 meters, 2,000 meters, or whatever. So, like, eventually, maybe it might cause me less issues later on if I do just move like, but moving it so moving it would have to, like, change directions really fast and then still, like, move really far, and that takes time if I want to do it slowly. So that, like, has its own issues. Unless, like, I don't know. Yeah, problems. Like, both ways of what I can do is, yeah, has its own little issues, but you have to just fine-tune more of, figure out which route I want to go down, to which issues I want to deal with. And I'm leaning more towards still having the one frame, having it move, but just having to clean up all the physics stuff that happens when that happens. And then I need the hub world to have a better path of how it moves, which, yeah, is gonna be tricky. But anyways, I do think I am low on time. I do need to, yeah, stop a bit earlier today, unfortunately. We did make an amount of progress. We aren't, if the player is standing still, then we aren't launching off, and that is progress, I guess. We got the placeholder kind of cloud thing. That's a step in the right direction. I guess I implemented that when you end a level, and like that updates the save file properly, which is something I thought I did previously, and I was wrong, but I guess now it's there, so sure. Yeah, this stream was a lot of, like, jumping around between different things, and, like, the stream before this, where we were this was, like, super productive. We got, like, done a whole bunch of things, I guess. Well, that also had their own issues with it, and that was a much, much longer stream, so there was that, too. Yeah, this one just had a lot more, like, issues and things I did not foresee, which, you know, it happens. 'Tis the life of game dev. I am hoping to, between now and the next stream where I'm working on this, do more Googling and stuff to, like, yeah, figure out the better solutions to some of the issues that I'm trying to, that I need to figure out. Even just what's happening in the editor with the saving loading thing. That is a funky one. All of this is funky. But even just, like, with the hub world, like, yeah, I have, like, choices to make in terms of the different roads I could go down of, like, what I want the more polished version of this to look like and how I'm gonna get it there. Mainly, as I just said, the during the masking of the loading, whether I one frame teleport it across the map, whether I go about doing that in a different way, or if I, during the guise of the loading, the cloud, like, whatever, if I do just move the hub world over the course of many frames, like, that could smooth out some other issues with that, but that comes at its own consequences. But also thinking of, like, towards a more, like, later, like, when the levels are more, you know, bigger and complicated, more going on and take longer to load, if they, you know, take more time to load, then I might be able to get away more with having that loading thing, like, have more time to slowly move the hub world over. But it's moving one way, like, it's moving one way at a certain speed, and then now I need to be over here, then be moving at this speed. So I need to, like, either it starts moving backwards, but hopefully it's fine because all the clouds and whatnot, like, is still acts like there's a sense of speed moving that way. Or I need to like have it like turn around and then go this way and then turn around and like then go back and then, you know, be there at the right time to then load into the, probably like switch into loading into the next level, and like that might be funky. But to even do any of that, I would need like the hub world leaving the level that it's in to behave better, going along an actual path, which I might look into digging up some of, I have like old code, as I mentioned before, to like have something move along a spline, and maybe there's stuff with that I can salvage to do this. The main issue with that brings is that I'm moving a rigid body that I wanted to move by like directly setting its velocity. Unless I readdress that and like maybe like I don't know, do I go back to the, no, that I don't think is gonna work well. No, well, if I go back to the if I move the hub world entirely through like rb.move position blah, let it be like kinematic or whatever, but like moving that way, but then it wouldn't have a velocity that the player, I'd have to like calculate that manually for the player to use, unless the player can just like directly like add like where it is based on like an offset of where the hub world is or something like that. Yeah, a lot of this, yeah, it's funky and weird and all that, but we'll figure it out, I guess. So I think of like, or maybe I'll try to think of like if there's other just like things I haven't thought of ways I can go about solving this. On top of that, like that's all with like the moving the hub world around to like fly towards the thing, because it's supposed to be, yeah, this giant airship thing. There's even the idea of if it's like idly like floating up and down a little bit, that also would complicate things a lot further in fun ways. But on top of that, the actual like loading part of dynamically loading into the next level, that like is, you know, there's the stepping stones there of it working, but it definitely needs a lot more work for sure. So I might look into better ways to more gradually load in level stuff and activate them and stuff like that. Well, I thought we'd hopefully get to that today, but we didn't. The lighting and the skybox stuff, like having that stuff gradually fade as it did before. Currently, it does not do that. Yeah, that's gonna be a thing that hopefully we're gonna like. That's 100% gonna matter for having it transition in a very smooth manner. It will look very cool if, as you're going from level A into level B, you know, you're flying through the clouds, and then if you're going from a day level into a night level, it slowly gets darker. If you're going to a level where it's raining, rain starts to like happen like through the clouds, and then they slowly dissipate, and then you're in the area of the next level. Like that would be super cool. Like that could look so super cool when it's like more working and polished and all that kind of stuff. I'm really hoping that this, yeah, can turn into something cool. It's just definitely going to take a lot of work to get there, but I knew it would be taking a lot of work to get there, and I'm all for putting in that work to try to get it to that stage. It'll look awesome when it's done. And this is just the visual stuff of the hub world going from point A to point B. We've still got like the stuff with the actual level itself. Although most of what's going to make the hub world transition stuff look cooler is then when we have actual levels that we're transitioning between, of like, hey, look at that big level there in the distance that we're coming up on. Look at how massive and look at how cool that it is that I can see it in the distance. And then when you're leaving, it's like, oh, leaving that behind and sea of clouds, and then look at this new thing that I'm coming up across with then better lighting and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, you know, so like they're both gonna help each other look cool, because then even being in a level and be like, hey, look, I can see the hub world in the distance. It's cool. It's a cool visual in every level. Now, would be, yeah, just cool to be a thing. They both benefit each other. And then even just, like, gameplay-wise, that you transition between levels without whole, like, loading screens, it's cool. It's, yeah. I am, like, yeah, going the extra step I'm trying to do of that you can still move around. Yeah, it complicates things, and I'm hoping that I can pull it off despite that. Yeah, we'll see. One thing I'm gonna do right now before I forget to is that the kill plane on the hub world I think needs to be made a lot bigger, just because you know, if you fall off the hub world while it's in motion, it should do the whole you know, respawning stuff. Where is the kill floor? It's this. Oh, that like barely goes beyond that. Let's, you know, I mean, well, okay, so I could make it. You're never supposed to go from the hub world into a level or back. You know, the kill floor like be in the way, right? So I could make it 1,000. My worry would be if from the level, if you accidentally gain too much height, that you then hit this. That's a problem. But I could maybe try to set this up as some special kill floor, like some hub world kill floor thing. That like if you're in the hub world, it exists. If you're out like in the actual level, then this thing gets disabled. Maybe that's a thing that I set up at some point. Yeah, okay, 1,000 seems like maybe too much. Let's go 500 for now, and that could be a thing I can hopefully remember to implement later. But yeah. So anyways, though, I think we're out of time. So I think we're at a double feedback loop of me. Blah. We're gonna find someone to raid, and then we're gonna end things off here. Actually, I'll do my outro first. That'll do it for this live stream. If you liked it, look forward to more. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you around. All right, there we go. There's that. And all right, who am I going to be raiding? Let's find someone hopefully someone doing some Unity things of some kind. Oh, so I didn't even say, like, so tomorrow also we're gonna be doing more game stuff. Yesterday we started Heavy Rain. That was cool and whatnot. Tomorrow we're gonna be starting Doom 64. That'll be cool. Just next game in my mission to go through all of the Doom games. And we're gonna be on another one. First Doom game that actually has achievements on Steam, so that'll just be cool, just for that to be a thing. And yeah. Anywho, let's ride. This person is around my level, my viewership, I guess, doing Unity stuff. Sure. Mawexi. All right. Raid, blah and blah and yes. Okay. So buttons there and yeah. All right. Cool. So, yeah, I will be back tomorrow doing Doom things, and yeah, then, I feel like I had more stuff I was gonna say to end things off, and it's all blanking on, like on a lot of it, like, oh well, but yeah, we'll be back, and yeah, make this cooler, playing Doom 64, Heavy Rain, and all that stuff. We'll see if the next stream where I'm working on this, whether I am continuing to. As I said, there's some stuff with this. I want to look up things off stream. If I get the time to do that, then we'll be continuing doing this stuff. If I might decide to maybe on stream deviate to the player, the tightrope stuff is still very broken. Maybe start to get that more functional. That's a separate thing that like we'll start to do that, and we'll see how that goes. Because those are like the two major things that still need to be done before I want to start building like first real level. And I'm sure there's gonna be other little things along the way, but you know, we'll get there. Anyways, though, all right, yeah, before the raid timer runs out, I guess we'll end things off, and yeah. So that'll do for this stream. I'll see you around. See ya. Oh, premiere my stop stream button.